All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to VR Master League here in this exciting weekend we have up ahead. I'm Palidore, joined by SirDimwi to one of my sides. I got Sputnik right there down below, and I got Swiift next to him, as well as so much for subtlety and wit doing camera work for our channels today. So everyone, good to have you, whether you're in Twitch chat, whether you're on the Casters channel with me. This is going to be a fun day. It's already been a fun day over in the European quarterfinals, semifinals earlier on, and we're going to look at just more of that here coming into the tournaments today. So, first off, SirDimwi, introduce, and how do you feel?
I am. I cannot express how excited I am for the matchups coming up here today in North America. I mean, we're getting Kangaroos and Joker for the first time in a final series ever, and that's so exciting. And we're covering that one first. But yeah, no, I'm just the teams today are coming out to play. Excuse my slaps. I do that when I get excited. And Lanza knows that better than anybody. But yeah, this is an exciting day of games we got ahead of us.
Absolutely. Incredible that we're getting that matchup first of all things. SputnikKobra, how are you doing? How are you feeling about these matches?
You know, I'm starting this off. I feel speechless. It's going to be an amazing few matches. All these matchups are so close. And it's just these powerhouse teams, whether it's offense, whether it's defense, whether it's incredibly strong transition play. And I'm just looking forward to seeing them unfold. I have no expectations and no predictions.
Yeah, same. I have expectations of epic matches as far as the results. Your guess is as good as mine because these teams too good. On any given day, they can all take games away from each other, so it's going to be a story for sure. Now, moving on here to Swiift real quick. How's it going, Swiift? Joined us for those games earlier, back again at the desk.
Yeah, doing pretty good, and with the limited knowledge I have of these teams, I must admit, still I'm expecting some very close games, just purely because of the namesake and how out there the names are, even in the EU side. So obviously, Kango and Joker is going to be an absolutely fantastic game, and
yeah,
looking forward to that, and also all the other games that we have today. So,
absolutely. So on that note, here are the Kangaroos. So much to say about them. I'm one of, just from an unbiased caster standpoint, just one of my favorite teams in terms of the play style. Everything they do is just so clean. You know, they take the time to just prioritize the teamwork. There's no single person in Kangos who stands out as, you know, the man, and I mean that in a good way. Everyone, they feed each other. You know, they feed into the team play. If there's an extra pass there, it doesn't matter who it is, they're going to make that extra pass, and they're going to score off of it more often than not. And that kind of play style has brought them a lot of success over this last year.
No, it really has. I mean, this is your ESL Season 3 champions, world champions at that. They had a kind of a rough start there in preseason, but they came back in Season 1, and oh man, these guys have been unreal. I mean, absolutely unstoppable. They were the only team during the regular season. Of course, it's no longer true in the postseason, we know, after last weekend, but they're the only team during the regular season that was able to get victories over Joker. And in fact, they went 3-1 against Joker during the regular season, which is just unreal. Although notable is every single one of those games were in 3, whereas the one that Joker won was in 2, which kind of contributed to that the shutout kings, as Joker was referred to as for a while there. But yeah, Kangaroos are just absolutely hands down one of the best teams in the league, and it comes down to that roster there. They know what they're doing. They played together for a while, and I mean, they're all individually incredible players, and then they come together as a team, and they're incredible as a team. And it really, yeah, these are your favorites going into today. Absolutely,
For sure. Although, I guess we'll get into that topic later because there's some interesting stories in the other matchups.
Certainly,
but I'll give you that. In general, over the course of the whole season, Kango's Joker definitely far and away over the regular season the favorites, just dominating both identical records there too, just the 3 losses coming in, but otherwise dominant season for sure. So yeah, it's been super impressive. And anyone, I mean, again, mentioning all these different players as we go through them, whether it's Strem, I mean, Strem's the captain of the team, but like I said, it's kind of a captainless team in terms of the things they accomplish on the floor. No one doing more than the other. They all carry their weight equally, I would say.
I'm looking forward to see how Mad plays on defense. how he holds down that bubble. I'm really looking forward to some 1v1 saves. You know, these teams, they never want to see the 1v1s happen. That means there's a breakdown in their defense. But maybe we're going to see some really good 1v1 plays. Maybe we're going to see Mad come away with some amazing saves. And between that, other than seeing some sealable slam dunks, you know, it's going to be a great matchup.
The patented sealable slam. Yeah, they doing it before everyone else did, barring Lemming. Inside joke. Seal will appreciate that one. No, he won't. But nonetheless, yeah, the Dunk King at dunking. So will be, just super entertaining to watch. Mad as well, as you mentioned, just the defense impeccable. Obviously, when it comes to defense, mentioned it in some of the streams earlier, but it's one of those less obvious things at times, especially when you're midfielding, things like that. It's easy for the audience to focus on just the offense, understandably, but you know the positional play on those backline players super important all the time for these top teams.
Oh, and I've always rated Mad as one of the hands down one of the best goalies in the league because he makes some stops against teams that aren't used to getting stopped as frequently as Mad will make stops on them. He's definitely a madman in goal. I know you'll appreciate that pun, but yeah, it's he's
every time.
The Kangos. There's no cracks in the Kangos game. There really isn't. The only way to play Kangos is to play perfect, and very few teams are capable of doing that, which is why Kangos is one of the best.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you there. So that'll be definitely an interesting matchup to follow. It will be on this channel, Joker, Kangarillas. But moving on to the next team, and this is what we alluded to just moments ago in terms of favorites. Let's talk Infinite, shall we? No, not Team Joker. Infinite. Or Team Joker. Okay, Infinite it is. Either or, though. Infinite is coming in. Thing is, this was a team who was the leading team in terms of being a favorite in preseason. They opened up actually against the aforementioned Team Joker with a victory, if I do recall, just the first week of preseason. Even in the first week of season 1, Infinite faced off against Joker, although I believe Joker won that one. But nonetheless, this is a matchup that's begun our seasons, and now, maybe if Infinite plays like they did last week against Joker, that could be a matchup we see towards the end here, because Infinite, my goodness, did they show up last week.
And Infinite pulled off an amazing upset on Joker, and you know, it's going to be surprising. No, well, not really surprising. I shouldn't cast it like that, but it's going to be amazing to see if they can carry that momentum over and continue that pace that they set forth, you know, last weekend. And if they can do that, they're going to pull off some amazing plays.
No, yeah. This is I got to butt in Infinite's their show last week against Joker. They got close quite a few times. Now you'll look look back and see, oh, Joker beat Infinite in 2 when they played Infinite. They were 0-4 against Joker through the season. And Joker did beat them in 2 every time, but the number of times, and I know I've heard Andy talk about this a few times, the number of times that those losses came, we're talking single goals in the last 30 seconds of a game that decided it in some of those rounds, that they got so close. But last weekend, their bubble defense was on another level. That was the example of pro level bubble defense in that game last week. You don't get a better example of bubble defense, and you don't get a better example against a better team, an offensive powerhouse like Joker.
Absolutely.
It was absolutely unreal. If they can bring that here today, they've got a great chance of making it to the finals today without taking a loss. That was, if you can stop Joker with your bubble defense, you can stop anybody.
Absolutely. That Joker train, in literal figurative senses, what have you, that Joker train doesn't get stopped too often. Infinite did it, like you said, whole other level. It was an Infinite level, to say the least. So super impressive, and yeah, that's why I say they're kind of if it carries over, they're the new old favorites again going into this one, because that was just indomitable. And like I said, sustaining that over the course of multiple matches, multiple rounds, multiple weeks, that's going to be the hard part. But it's possible, and I'm really interested in seeing that from these players. But yeah, and then just talking about these players too. I mean, we got Andy W, YouTube the captain. We got Andy W there, Zach W, of course, the 2 brothers. As is frequent theme we like to mention, but especially today for all those people coming in on these streams and Oculus venues as well, Facebook Live, on Twitch, wherever you are. I mean, Zach has been in the game for a pretty long time. A very good player, experienced player, one of the most devastating strikers that you will see. But then you have Andy, who comparatively, he's only been in the game for about a year, over a year.
Over a year, just over a year.
And just the amount of progress in that short span, it's been immense. He is legit one of the best players in the league as well. A lot of it, you can see a lot of Zach's game kind of translate to Andy with the creativity on the shots, the dunks, the bounce, what have you. Their bag of tricks is just, again, infinite when it comes to the way that they can pull out offense at any given moment.
No, it's unreal the way these guys play together. I mean, it's Zach and Andy. I mean, you're talking two of the best goal scorers, the best twos goal scorers, and then Zach. I call him the Randy Mullen of Echo Arena because he patented the wet shot. He figured out that under the shoulder bounce shot on the goals. He's got quite a few trick shots up his sleeve, and he deploys them with genuine effectiveness and accuracy. So that kind of contributes to that offensive prowess that they put out there. But they are so good together. I mean, they're twins. They've got it's almost not fair to everybody else. They've got that that telepathy that twins have between them. They can talk without having to talk.
Yeah.
And it definitely shows on the out in the field and in the bubble in the arena.
Fully agreed there. It's fun to watch for sure, and of course. Having again YouTube there as a captain, can't gloss over him because he's just he was a big part of that dominant defensive performance. He is a great goalkeeper, a great midliner defender. You won't see him up in the front line too much, taking too much in terms of offense. But this was a theme in the European stream as well. It's not that they're not capable. These like Mad for Kangaroos, same thing. It's not that they can't get a bunch of points in quick succession. It's just that they don't need to because they're filling their proper role on the team and filling it very, very well. And YouTube does that just to, again, incredible efficacy. And Palace as well. He's someone who we also know can just put on a ton of points in a quick manner. But a lot of the times in these games, you'll see it in some of Palace's highlights as well there, that he's the one assisting on a lot of these goals to one of the W's. So, again, one of the factors for sure.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say that as everyone was talking, they forgot about Palace. Palace is the glue that binds the team. He's the one that makes these plays happen between YouTube on the back line and Andy and Zach at the front line. Palace is one of the strongest midfielders and just all-around players that this league has to offer, and he's what makes Synapse succeed as well as, he's what makes Infinite succeed just as well as any of these.
Synapse confirmed. I agree. Palette, you can't forget anyone, which also brings us to Rosie. Now, she hasn't played this season, but of course, popular member of the community, well known. She made those great interview videos too. We showed last week's stream.
Yeah,
so
shout out for those videos.
At the very least, shout out for the good videos and for the good vibes. But yes, so moving on now to Instinct, shall we? Because this is another quite interesting team, and they will be the ones facing off against Infinite on channel 2 to begin things in just 15 minutes from now or so. So with Instinct, they're a team captained by Kabichi coming together here in season 1, and I mean, they were in the preseason. They existed. The roster changed a little bit, adding Cruzen and Spank towards the beginning of this season, and they took off. And I know one of the stories I've been going to in recent weeks in these big matches is the fact that Instinct, for all of season 1, they were so close to just getting the edge on some of these master tier teams, master division teams, but they couldn't quite pull through the victories on multiple occasions. They bring it to 3 rounds. They brought Kang to 3 rounds twice, I believe. They've really contested hard with those top teams, and yet they just couldn't get it done in the regular season. And then Challengers Cup came along. Then Round Robins came along, and Instinct. They found that instinct, and they've been rocking and rolling ever since. They finally got their victories against these top teams to secure their spot in the finals.
Yeah, they did, and they did it how many weekends ago was it? I think it was last weekend against Flare and Orbit. They also had Kang in that group there, but they were able to beat out Flare and Orbit. Those are Flare. The fact that Flare is not in these finals, I think, is blowing a lot of minds because they were they were that team that kind of showed up in the season. We always talked about they got those upsets, and then they were no longer up. They were no longer upsets because they were just that good.
They were upset. The thing is, Flair was upset by, I guess, a new upset king of sorts.
And
at least in the context of postseason.
And it was Instinct beating out Flair in that round 3. It was such a massive win for those guys. So they definitely earned their spot here, and they earned it. I mean, they really did. They worked hard. They got here for real, and. This is they turn into such a strong team. And fun fact, here's some trivia for you. They actually before the preseason, because they played in a 4v4 Discord Cup, community cup together as Kavichi, Connemara, Spank, and Cruisin'. And then, but that was just for that cup. They ended up splitting off to different teams for the preseason, and then just happened to find their way back together in season 1. And that clearly paid off because they're now looking at a potential spot in the finals. They're in the finals. We're in the finals tournament here. But this is a team that has earned their spot. Definitely upset some people on the way in. But I'm so excited for these guys. I'm really looking forward to seeing them play today.
You can call it destiny, I think, in that case. Just coming back together. And by, again, no mistake, they find themselves here in the top 4. So that's been a big story to follow for sure. And just looking at some of those player highlights as well, there's Connemara Chaos there, highlights playing for you. I mean, you'll notice for him and for Cruisin' as well. I mean, Cruisin' playing, again, he's kind of the mad role. He's the YouTube role of his team coming in here, taking some heat off of Kavichi, who was otherwise previously the main goalkeeper and a mighty good one at that. But like
very good goalie.
For Connemara as well, he's so creative with the scores. He will score in a multitude of ways. He likes to throw in a little bit of Andy W, Zach W like moves, but he has his own unique twist to it. It's not quite the same, but he does use the inversion with the the analog sticks. He does approach from all kinds of angles. He has the long shots, he has the close shots, he has the dunks. He has pretty much every trick in the book just as well. So he's definitely a big scorer for his team.
No, I did start calling those the Connemara twirls because he definitely kind of made his mark with that shot. It's distinct. It's from a goalie's perspective, seeing both of those shots coming at you, they're not the same. They might look similar from the outside perspective, but when they're coming at you, they're very different shots. They both utilize a twirl. They have that kind of the similar chemistry at the baseline, but when they're coming at you, that Connemara shot is totally different, and he's so effective with it. And it definitely earned its own name there, the Connemara twirl, because he's great at deploying that one, and very, very deadly against even the best goalies.
Yeah, absolutely. Sputnik.
Can we talk about Cruisin'? All I'm interested in seeing are these top level goalies.
I mean, there's the highlights for you playing on the screen right now.
I forgot the other teams, but we'll get to the other teams. But let's talk about Cruisin'. Cruisin' has really, I want to say blossomed. Blossom's a terrible term, but I'm going to use it anyway. He's really blossomed in this incredibly strong goalie who can not only make 1v1 saves that require incredible prediction and reflexes, but the ability to come out of goal, the ability to read passes, the ability to stop these passes in play, to stop these cuts on goal, these one-timers. I'm really looking forward to see what he does, and I'm hoping it's for some amazing saves.
No, he is. Absolutely. He is absolutely. He's made a name for himself in goal. He's now. I've seen it in discussion in different discords. He's considered among one of the best. He's up there with Dash. He's up there with Mad. He's easily one of the best goalies in the league, and he's someone I look up to as a goalie myself. His skill is mostly unchallenged there. He's so good. He's so good.
Absolutely. And all the audience at home needs to do to verify, look at those highlights. They're ridiculous. I know because I compiled them. And even then, just imagine a late night 2 a.m. Palidore hunched over the keyboard trying to find all these highlights, put them all together late in time for the big matches, and then me going, oh, that's just nasty, Cruisin'. That's just nasty. Stop it now. Happened a few times with some of those highlights. So yeah, it's definitely a factor. He's a factor for sure. And not to gloss over the other guys too much, but just to maintain time purely. But for Spank, another thing you'll notice too, against with lots of his highlights, again, very capable scorer. He's had some big scoring games, but also definitely a very willing passer. A lot of these assists going to his teammates, every one of his teammates. He knows how to find the open man, the open cutter, and they'll go for those cross-play passes, which is kind of a staple of Instinct at this point. People are very well aware of their propensity for those crosses, and buys them a lot of good opportunities. But moving on to Joker now. See, we teased it a little bit earlier. Oh, Joker, you know, the impractical Jokers.
Oh, how could I forget Dash? So we talk about goalie. I mean, you can't forget Dash. Dash, his play. He's one of the strongest goalies. He set the standard for goal at the highest level, and he continues to set the standard. I used to emulate and look up to his abilities, and I used to take elements of his game and incorporate them into my game. And Dash, he's gonna make some terrific saves, and I don't have to say anything more about Dash.
No,
Well, I will say,
God.
just in a world in a world where goalies were not a super common thing, like good goalies back in the original, Echo times, way back in the day, 2017. Dash was such a standout. I will say, over on the European side, maybe Swiift can chime in too. I know maybe not playing around those days, but I always mention this in the streams, how the European meta and the ability of the goalkeepers there is consistently insane season to season. Dash was kind of one of the very, very few people in North America for the entire duration of his existence that he managed to just... Something going on there, Dim. Anyway.
No, Sput's reacting with his hands, and it just I just caught it. It's really funny.
Oh,
Well,
you're catching something.
I have to say, I can't forget about Skinny. We can't forget about Skinny. Skinny being the 5th player of Joker, he is also an incredibly strong goalie as well. So, just incredibly strong defense from all of Joker, that paired with their incredibly strong offense.
I just got to point out, speaking of Skinny, and Kong really wanted to make sure I pointed this out, because it's so easy to look over. We are talking about someone who's considered a sub on a roster. It's easy to step over them. And Skinny has played for Joker in the regular season no fewer than 8 times. It's 8 different games he appeared in that regular season, where they went 2-0 against everybody but K. Every game they played with Skinny, they won, and they did it in 2. And so Skinny, he's not just a sub on this roster. He is a full-on, full-fledged member of this team. And when he comes out to play for them, he comes out to play. He knows what his position is. He knows where he slots in on their roster. And he does it beautifully. He can play with them just as good as anybody else. And they prove it with that record.
Absolutely. And as we do wind down this pre-show, I mean, it's just going over... if we focus on Ryan or Jaywalker, either of those guys as highlights, just moving on to the offense real quick, because you will notice for highlights for them, especially Ryan here, he will style, he will profile. He's not Ric Flair, but he's got a lot of flair in his game. And needless to say, when he comes through with his plays, he will amaze time and time again. Sometimes he'll also upset. But point is, he throws in the steez, he does it with a breeze, and it's always a very, very... interesting to watch. The Joker trains, the awkward angled shots, the bounce shots, just a lot of style and pizzazz in his game, in Jaywalker's game, in all of Joker's game, which is sometimes it's kind of a hurt or a heel situation. It works out in their favor sometimes. Other times maybe they get a little bit off track, depending. It's kind of like they put the pedal to the metal, they play at that intense level where that's why they are such a snowbally team against pretty much every team this season, except for Kangarillas and then Infinite last week. But that Joker offense paired with their devastating defense is nothing to scoff at, ever.
And I was just going to say, I call Ryan Reliable Ryan for a good reason. It's because his shots are very, very reliable, particularly from the tube. They have one of the most dangerous offenses in the league. They're impossible to read. They're impossible to know what they're going to be doing next. And very... there's a reason they were number 1 in NA coming into the postseason.
Absolutely. And This is their season to potentially do it, to take it all home. That is to say, the championships, the prizes. I mean, there's a lot, $1,000 total in the prize pool between the regions, and it's just there's a lot. And beyond that, just the pride factor. Joker's been an established team for a while now. They kind of grew from the unknowns to the very, very knowns in what is a league full of about 40 teams over the course of season 1. So they're the best of the best, and we're going to see some of that in the next several minutes, because 5 minutes from now is the approximate start time as we get ourselves filed in. So we're going to head off there in a moment, end this pre-show. But thank you everyone for watching. We're going to go over, yes, sir?
Just a real quick, if you're in venues right now, you're on the quest, while we're doing our transition here, pull up that little menu there, download Echo Arena. It's free. It's in beta right now. Once it releases, it'll be free then as well. So if you're in the venues right now, you're on the quest right now, just hit that button, go download the game and check it out after we're done here today.
Indeed. So do that. Don't play during the game, but I mean after. Give it a download. Check it out. It's free. It's fun. It's fantastic. That's why all of us have been here for years now. So, let's see if this is the right. I think this is the right way. Yeah, there we go. It's going in one direction, not the band. But you know what? We're gonna band together and go into our games now. So thank you again for joining us. I've been Palidore. That's SirDimwi. That's SputnikKobra. That's Swiift. That's Subtlety and Wit. We're gonna split off into VRML channel 2 for Wit, Sputnik, and Swift. Dimwi and I will remain here with Subtlety. And we're about to cast King versus Joker for all you folks, fine folks at home. So stay tuned, and yeah, we'll be back really, really soon. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Told you it wouldn't be too long before we came back here with what will be a guaranteed exciting match between these two longtime rivals. Every single time you have a Kangos and Joker game, it's no joke. You're going to get the best there is to watch and best there is to see. For anyone new coming into the game, newer to the game, you watch these teams play, you're going to get a lot of interesting ideas, especially if you watch Joker and their interesting maneuvers. But, for the passing play, Kangos obviously, defensively, I mean, Joker is dominant there. They play the super aggressive defense. It's just high-level everything, Dimwi, for these two teams.
No, really. I mean, when you're talking about top-level Echo Arena, you're talking about these two teams right here, Kangarillas and Joker. I mean, you don't get more top-level than these guys here. There's a reason they were number 1 and number 2 in NA for basically almost all of Season 1, if not the whole of Season 1. Kang, ESL Season 3 champions here, coming in against Joker for the first time in a postseason. Joker got close a few times, but just have not been able to get all the way. They got to the semifinals in that ESL Season 3 there, where they didn't play Kang. And then in preseason, Kang got beat out by for that 4th place spot by Orbit at the last minute, so they didn't make it into the postseason. Joker got all the way to the finals in the preseason finals there, but got lost out in two consecutive sets of best-of-5 series against the Illuminati. So yeah, Joker's still hunting down that first championship. Kang looking for a second here. And it's the first time these two teams are going to face off in a postseason situation. For how ridiculous, and when I say ridiculous, I mean that in the best connotation possible.
Yeah.
How ridiculous their games get when they play against each other. Because they have, I mean, when you're playing teams like this, you have to come out at your best, and these are two teams that when they're playing at their best, it's amazing to see. And so when they're doing that in those regular season, what is this going to look like in a postseason game? I don't know, and I'm excited to see.
Well, you said it yourself as well earlier, just in the pre-show. In order to beat a team, frankly, this kind of applies to both teams, but normally anytime any team in the league at Master Division or otherwise are playing Kangarillas or Joker, you really do have to play almost perfectly, it feels like, just to break through. It's very difficult to handle, just again, the plethora of both offense and defense as a team. Both these teams, their rosters, just there's no weak points. Everyone has the ability to get boosts. Everyone has the ability to chain fast, to save shots, to play that midfield and position well, to get the offense, the extra passes, and that's going to be a huge factor, without a doubt. Now, it does look like we do have a momentary drop, so we haven't started yet. We're still kind of waiting on the full roster to ready up, interestingly, because Joker did actually ready just before, looks like Kung had dropped out. So waiting on them. But in the meantime, quick shout out again to everyone joining us, whether you're on Facebook Live, Oculus Venues, or Twitch. We have a lot of options. We also have game over on our second channel on Twitch, Infinite versus Ignite. There's a lot of stuff to choose from, a lot of great matches. So thank you guys for joining us today. Thank you again, the Oculus Venues, super cool opportunity to be a part of that and featured. And of course, thanks to our sponsors and ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, as well as Rebuff Reality, contributing to just getting us that visibility into getting these players these opportunities.
Also, shout out to the community. The VRML, this whole thing is community run. Every single name you hear in the casting booth, whether it's cameras or voices, the league moderators, everybody involved, members of the community that stepped up, put in it's all technically it's all volunteer efforts. No, this is nobody's job to do this. And we all love doing it. And so just to point out, this is a community effort. This is all community run. Everybody here from the community. We've all played the game. We've all been here for a long time. At least some of us been here for a long time. A few of us not as long as others. But this is the whole thing community run. And I'm so very proud to be a part of it.
Well, you know what they say, when you love what you do, it's not really a job. And that, sometimes, there's some stress associated as we, get another dropout. That is unfortunate. So false start, ladies and gents. Sorry about that. But yes, through all the scrambledness that can occur sometimes when you're preparing for these big events and all the just the intensity, the adrenaline that rushes through you, mentioned me at middle of the night, just searching for those highlight plays to show and make sure we have all that set for the players. Things like that. It makes it all worth it once you get back into the game, because at the end of the day, all of us here on the crew, we're just Echo fans.
Has actually been out.
We've been Echo fans. So when we're coming in here, I'm casting a game, but this is the most pleasant, easy part of the whole thing, is getting to watch teams like this fight for 3 months across that season to wind up here at this elite level, and just to see the community and the viewership continuing to grow with it, to accommodate all the effort that these players are putting in and the crew is putting in. It's testament to all of that in a nutshell.
And if you are in venues right now and you're thinking, man, I really wish I could give back. I really wish, I love the product I'm seeing here. I love I love watching this. I love enjoying it. And I want to give something back. If you're in venues right now, open up that little menu there and search up the Echo Arena Beta and get it downloaded for yourself, experience it for yourself. That is exactly how you can pay us back for putting this on, because that's what we're really looking for. We want more people playing. We want more people involved. We want a bigger community. We want every single one of you competing in VRML in season 2 as we end the season 1 here. And so definitely go check that out. It's available right now. It's as far as I understand it, it's going to remain free once it fully releases. So this isn't just a free test or anything. You're not going to play it for a few weeks and then not be able to play anymore. You're going to get the actual full experience.
Well, one thing on that too. See, the thing is, Echo was originally supposed to be free in 2017 when it came out, just for the first few months there, kind of a promotional thing. The game was received so well and people loved it so much that they kept to it. And that just, it adds, again, this game is something that so many of us now on PC have been playing for years and years, sticking through it. I mean, I've been gaming my whole life. There's not been games like this.
Quick correction, do not you want to search for Echo VR. My mistake. I think I said search for Echo Arena. Search for Echo VR. As it is, there's other products involved, not on Quest, but Echo VR on the Quest shop there.
But so on that note, though, just we've been playing this for years, and it's good to have the Quest community coming in just bunches. It's been incredible, the growth we've seen on the Discords, on the Twitch streams, on the Reddit subreddits, and all of the above. A lot of increased activity. And the thing is, for people who've been playing this, like I see a lot of the people in the streams and the chat and such. We know. I know right now I'm preaching to the choir for some of the regulars here. We know what the deal is. This isn't a surprise per se that Echo is getting more and more popular over time. I think the only surprising thing is maybe how quick it happened with a Quest, but otherwise I think most of us still involved in this community over the years are very much on board the idea that it was going to explode at some point, and that's happening right now.
Oh, and I love telling the story of back when I first discovered the game back in August of 2017 on the CV1, the old Rift, the original, the OG Rift, as some call it. I remember telling my boss at work, I'd been playing for maybe a week, and I was telling my boss, I was like, dude, I feel like I discovered something here, because it's next level. It's unreal, and when you actually get to experience it, when you pop in for the first time, it's surreal. It doesn't make sense that it could feel as real as it does. You feel like you're there. And like literally, like everyone says, oh, VR, you feel like you're there. No, in Echo VR, it's surreal.
Especially,
you feel like you're there.
I think the thing is
unreal.
The thing is, because of it's the sport-like nature of it, especially. I mean, VR as a whole medium is incredible. Love it to death. But Echo, because of that sports translation where it's so physical, you involve your full body, you have the full teams. That's what makes it so gratifying. That's what makes it so incredible and epic when you have these games like this one finally getting started here between King, between Joker, going for that first play is Joker, but out there, a hot shot, but a hotter save coming in from Mad. Sputnik was mentioning him out earlier in the pre-show for that very reason. Do not take those deep shots against Mad. He will save it every single day.
And look at this, you got Kang working that defensive chain there, though it gets stunned out. So Leverage now by himself trying to cover these lanes. But nice contest there from Strem. He's going to get that one sent away. What a stop. And now it's going to be a race. Looks like Joker is ahead. But they overshoot it just a little bit, giving Kang an opportunity here. And that one's going to get sent out of the bubble. And now Ryan's going to pick this one up.
And it was some good midfield defense there from a Joker. As I mentioned, they are super aggressive. They like doing this to other teams where they just get them all kinds of off balance. At the moment, you can see Ryan encroaching, just checking behind him, making sure he has the time, has the angle, and he does tangle with the goalie there that time. A seal, I believe, to get the 2-point play. Ryan assisting Jay.
Yeah, what a read by Jay. Jay had the speed coming into the bubble, got a great read on that bounce off the wall, gets hand on it, and then hooks it over the head of the goalie there. That was a beautiful shot by Jay Walker, and that's our first 2 points of the game here. Kang versus Joker, and it took a minute for our first goal to get scored here. Wow.
And it's going to take a lot more than that for either team. As we mentioned, you have to play perfectly. Whichever team, I mean, single mistakes in games like this, single mistakes will cost you rounds, absolutely, just because of the level. Just the margins are so thin. There's Kung with a nice grab. There's that midfield defense I talked about as Joker looking to capitalize on yet another one. There's a pass. Jake could not get the grab. So Strem, Bitsky, he certainly will, and then clears it, actually passes it right to Seal at mid.
And Seal looking ahead at empty space, going to take that shot, look for that melt slot, but it's going to go wide, and it will be Joker getting there first. And yeah, that was a real opportunity there for Joker over on the offensive end. They weren't able to get it in, but they are still in possession here as Ryan moving through mid there, leverage on his tail. Go for that back pass. Dash was already moving up, so he's not there, and it looks like, oh, we're going to get up three for Kang. Kang Strem is going to dunk that one in for the first 2 points for Kang here on the board. They're going to tie it up just over 2 minutes in.
Yeah, great job there from Strembitsky, coming in hot off that boost. Again, some more brawling coming in, just enough punches to enable enough time to score that one. So tied up, 7:22 left in this first round, so still plenty of time to burn. Again, thank you everyone for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed this so far. It's only been a few minutes, and yet already we're seeing some very nice plays and seeing that aggression come out. These teams putting everything on the line here towards the end of their this season.
When that cross pass just off the mark, Joker, that last goal for Kang came off of that missed back pass for Joker. Joker making more mistakes than would be typical. They're definitely going to be looking to shore up their play here as they move on. And a nice read there, nice grab from Jay Walker off that stack to get that clear in from Kang. Now going to get dumped all the way back into the Kang zone. Sealable bag is there trying to get the grab on it, sends it back to Leverage and goal. That was a very dangerous pass to Leverage, but Leverage back to Seal. Seal trying to send it up to Strem, but a good steal there from Dash. Dash sending this one in deep. Oh, it's going to be off the post.
Well, that would have been a huge hit for Dash, and that's something he's gotten mighty good at over the years. I mentioned he started out as just a goalie, but definitely his striking ability is right up there at the top level as well. He might not be the most frequent frontliner there for Joker, but when he is, he makes the shots. When he has his open lanes, he'll make it more often than not. Just couldn't capitalize on that one, and will be a almost turnover there, being forced, but that mid lane defense coming through, some resets now eventually coming through just off of that. Again, the aggression, and wow, what a good pass. Kung in a hot second gets it from Ryan in the assist. So it's right up by 2 once more.
That right there, that's the only way you're scoring on Kang is just precision passes like that. They had a defender covering that pass lane as Kong streaks right into the bubble there. And that feed from Ryan to Kong was I mean, that was precision. That was a beautiful pass. And then, yeah, putting that one in on the goalie. That's how you score on Kang. And, yeah, Joker does it right there.
So Strem mishandling initially, but does get it right off the bottom and manages to at least clear it before the defense got to him. But Ryan was there with Kung in that back line. They're able to recover, utilizing some of those secondary stacks of sorts and just making sure they're always mobile, which is indeed one of Joker's strongest points for years now.
And now recovered. Oh my goodness, what a read there. Jay Walker getting the steal and putting it right in to push the Joker lead up to 4 here. Wow, the Kang did not see that coming.
Okay, so talking about things Joker's been doing well for years, let me talk about Jay Walker just really quickly, because that is something, that is one of the things I've noticed for a long time, dating back to Pizza League when I used to compile top 10, top 20 highlights. Jay Walker's positioning is so good. He really has just a brilliant mind for knowing where to be to get those interceptions with regularity. So fantastic play defensively as Strem just misses a shot off the island.
I also want to point out this is one of Kang's few rollouts, and a couple teams do this now, but Kang kind of patented it first. The entire team comes out upside down, so they're basically playing in an inverted version of the arena. To us, they're upside down, but to them, this is just a different arena they're playing, and that's kind of a mirrored upside down version of it. And look at that pass, Sealable trying to find Strem right in the crease there, but it's just going to miss the mark, and now Dash going to send it away.
So what Joker is doing very well at the moment is just really slowing down. As look at that again, Jay Walker. They're slowing down the Kango stacks just enough, causing them enough chaos and trouble for Joker to get these recoveries a lot of the times, and not enabling Kang, who is one of the fastest teams in the league, just as well. They have some incredible stacking pairs, but they're just not getting there fast enough on some of these.
And just a quick update. Apparently, Instinct took round 1 over there on VRML 2. That is a serious upset there against Infinite.
Oh man, new upset Kings maybe, but that is very upsetting if you're Kangarillas, because it will be Ryan 8. Going from 8 to 11. Now they're in the 11th gear. That is such a thing, because with 3:20 left and being up by this margin, I mean, Kang can come back still, but just based on the pacing and the flow, these are kind of the times where you say, okay, Joker, they're feeling like they're normal selves now. They're getting those open goals. They're starting to roll aggressively through the floor. So this could be very dangerous territory for Kangarillas.
Absolutely can be. And that shot, though, from Sealable. What? That was ridiculous. He gets stunned out, gets a shot off anyways. 24 meters out. Could have sent that one in for the 3. And that's just a 6-point game with 3 to go.
I take everything I said back. I don't even know what I'm talking about, because Sealable bag. What a shot that was. It was 13 meters a second. It was a slow one, but it had to be, because he had to turn around. He had to get rid of it so quickly thanks to that defense. And yet, it was precise. It was a sealable shot for sure.
Yeah, he didn't seal the deal with that one, but good enough. But now it's going to be, who's this Joker in the offensive zone. Dash. Oh, what a steal there by Strem, though, but he's going to get stunned out immediately. But another steal. That Chang comes in, disrupts that play from that offensive attempt there from Joker. Sealable getting the tap on that one, sending it out. But the Joker chain is going to get there first, get the grab on it, trying to send it through mid. They do. Connect to Kong. Kong sending it up to Ryan. Now it's 2-on-2 here in the offensive zone. Ryan go back to Kong, but that chain from Kang is going to read that pass, and now this one's going to get sent in by Strem. It's not going to be on the mark, but in the bubble it is. Who's going to get there first? We have Mad down there first. Is he going to be able to convert this for a goal? He does, and that's going to be another 2 points here for Kang. They're now only down by 4 here with just under 2 to go.
Very, very timely. So still within a reach for Kangarillas to maybe come back in this first round. Of course, 10 minutes each round, best of 3. In this situation, the lower bracket finals and the upper bracket finals tomorrow, they will be best of 5, but right here, just best of 3 situation. And Kango's trying to mount that comeback, potentially. If they do cause a turnover here, that could be huge. But, oh, it's just Ryan undoing all the goodwill they're building up, and looking maybe at that angle, just trying to dodge through the defense. And getting mighty bold at that, but he does so successfully. No. This is what I'm talking about with Joker. They do that sometimes, and when it works, it works. But, man, does that make you nervous as Kong fakes and then takes Jay Walker with the very gentle laying off of an even gentler pass.
You know, you see Joker pull that kind of stuff on a lot of teams. You don't see it very often against a team like Kang. I cannot believe what I just saw there. That was masterful. That highlight, they're going to be sharing that highlight and looking at that highlight for years to come, because that was unreal, the play we just saw from Joker. And they did it against Kang in the playoffs. Wow.
And you know what? Again, we mentioned the sometimes showboaty plays that Joker does like to take, but in that particular case, it was also a matter of respecting the goalie. They know the defensive capability, so they're not going in and just doing those moves with the intention of just doing it because I can. It's because sometimes it's necessary against goalies like Mad, against goalies like Strem, Sealable for that matter. All players known as good goalies.
The only reason that looked so steezy was because it was so slick and so smooth. That was a masterful play for Joker on that goal, 100%.
So as this round does wind down for one last parting shot, will be had by Mad, but ultimately the round 1 victory in this best of 3 going to Team Joker, 13-9.
Now, it is notable that, as I've referenced before, they have faced off 4 times in the season, and that was 3-1 in favor of Kang, and every single one of those Kang victories came in 3. So if you're looking at this game, you're looking at the scoreboard thinking, well, Kang's not looking too good. You don't know Kang. They're going to come back swinging in round 2 coming after this. But what I find really interesting, possession time almost identical, 314 to 316. That's only a difference of 2 seconds, Palidore. What? That is unreal. That is so even there. And we do have another drop there. Somebody different over there on Joker, but no reset yet, so maybe they'll be getting back quick. But game high points, as far as I can tell, going to Jaywalker there with 8. Although it was Ryan who dropped, so I don't know what the stat board says on the stream there. I'll go ahead and pull that up. Ryan with 3, so yeah, it's going to be, well, looks like we're not in agreement there. I've got Jaywalker with 8 here on mine. But yeah, no, so yeah, it's definitely a big game. But you look at the saves there on Kang, 1 apiece there to leverage Matt and Shrem. 3 different players picking up saves there for Kang. It shows you how willing they are to cycle around in the bubble. When the goalie has to come out to challenge or anything, you know, they'll put someone in there who can play goalie just as well. And yeah, it's I'm looking forward to this round 2.
Same here, and no reset or anything of the sorts. We got Ryan back in the game. We've got ourselves a second round in this game. Rolling out is Kang. Trying to get that disc first, but unable to collect it despite initially getting there. And oh my goodness, the shot from Kong! Why and how? You know what? Because they're Joker, that's how. What a way to start it. And yet, for those who are tuning in and do not know about Joker, that is classic Joker from every angle. Make no mistake, they do not need a line of sight. They just need a wall.
No, that's, yeah, for anyone who's wondering, that was intentional. Intentions versus expectations, whatever, that was intentional. As now it's going to be Kang with possession of the disc. Matt up the sealable up the Shrem right there mid, under pressure here. Oh, but the steal there by Ryan. Ryan taking the shot. Oh, but Matt is going to get in the lane and make that stop.
Yeah, what big stop, because going down by 6 points 1 minute in would have been just a really difficult thing on the mentality perhaps of King, one of the teams who are typically not one susceptible to major tilt, but again, just that would have been a big hit. And yeah, as you mentioned, expectation versus what have you. I always forget your exact words there, but they know where Joker's players, they know where to place shots to give it a chance to go in. So even if they don't always expect it 100% to go in, they still know the general area it needs to go as they go for a goal. Sealable bag from Strembitsky. And that is nothing new there. That 2-man game is among the best of all the teams in Echo Arena.
No, that's exactly what King needs to be doing to get goals on Joker. That was a beautiful setup there. They took their time. They looked for those the good passes. They waited till they had room to work within the bubble. They got the room. They took the room. And then they took the points. And now Kang still down by 1, but only 1 here against Joker just 2 minutes in to round 2.
So roll it into the defensive position. Kang stacks in the midfield. Also, we saw this in the round robins last week and just in the season in general. Very effective is Kang at those redirects. So you see Sealable and Leverage connected. And that's a connection that's been there since 2017. The original Kang Gorillas there, along with Grumpiest Broom as their third back in the day. But that Leverage Sealable connection on the stacking especially is just insanely quick.
And speaking of their stacks they're deploying them really effectively right now against Joker. It looks like they're finding their legs here as they do get that stun out in that tube. Matt's going to send this one down to the bubble. Looks like a bit of a slow race for Shrem's going to, Sealable gets a slap on it, going to put it in for 2, and Kang takes the lead here in round 2.
Beautiful slap shot from Stealable Bag. We're getting, I like this. We're seeing a lot of this full platter of moves that players are kind of known for. We saw that shot from Kung. Again, Joker with shots like that. I mean, they rung my bell plenty of times when I was playing with shots just like that one. You see Sealable coming in with the slap shots. He's also very skilled at that and aware of when he needs to make the slap versus just the regular throw. So up to Sealable. Speaking of the man, he's going to tap it quickly over, but actually just receives it. Jay Walker, so maybe unforced, will go in off that post, swirl around, trying to outmaneuver, and gets it on the feet. Jay Walker, not only the anchor, but the great placement of said shot to make it difficult to grab there in the goal.
Yeah, no, that was a ridiculous shot there from Jaywalker. He's juking around that defender there, and one the defender effectively creates a screen, so it's harder for the goalie to read the shot, but as well, the way Jaywalker takes a shot, it's almost like he just flowed out of one of those jukes. He juke, shot. And that shot looks like another juke. So that definitely caught the goalie off guard as well. And the placement on it. That was a masterful shot there by Jaywalker as he forces a turnover there at mid.
And yeah, on that shot too, maybe they're going to have another chance at this. We'll see as some stuns come out. But honestly, it was good defense over there on the post. One of the things too is teams as maybe a shot actually comes out here. So here's Strembitsky. Hold that thought. He's going to get the shot. It's Kang Gorillas. Strembitsky putting them up a couple more points here. So 7-5.
Yeah, it looked like Joker got caught in the backfield there, probably getting stunned out by that the Kang defense. As Strem, 18 meters a second shot there. Beautiful shot from Strem as we get a restart here. And yeah, Kang Gorillas are now up by 2, 7-5 here.
All right.
In this round 2. But yeah, got a restart for one reason or another. Sorry, go ahead.
So just to finish the thought, since I guess we have a moment here on that defense, on that jukey play, I do kind of like what I believe it was Sealable Bag there defending Jay's shot at the post where he was juking. And thinking about that, a very good point on the screening of the teammate. That's an important factor. On the flip side, though, I do like the fact that Sealable didn't lunge out. A lot of the times you see, even in other sports, right? What's the phrase? Gonna search for it. Why is it not in my head? I'm a basketball player, sort of, not really, but anyway. If you reach, I teach. That's the one I'm looking for. So a lot of the times these players, they get really antsy. They see a player juking around, and suddenly you get the anxiety, you get the nerves in the pit of your stomach. And you're thinking, oh, he's making me look silly. He's juking. He's gonna score. What's happening behind me? And all these thoughts are rolling through your head as a defender. Being able to not get too ahead of yourselves and then just dive out and then be caught out of position. Just being able to screen and have a chance at getting a grab and letting the offensive player come to you, essentially, makes it a lot easier as a defense. Now, Jay, to his credit, he did get the shot through that screen and on the feet of the goalkeeper. But it wasn't necessarily a bad play from either side.
Oh, no, certainly not. And I think that contributes to what a great shot it was from Jaywalker, because Sealable was doing exactly what he needed to do. When I say, just to clarify, when I say that he was working as an effective screen, that was kind of just Jaywalker using him as a screen to help conceal a shot. Now, whether he did it intentional or not, I don't know. But that was Sealable was doing exactly when he was covering the lane. He was right on his man. He wasn't overcommitting. Jaywalker was just able to take advantage of the correct move from Kang there, and it paid off.
And those are the little details that are perhaps easy to miss as the rollout does come out here. But easy to miss initially, especially if you're newer to the game. But it's those subtle things that just contribute so much to this top-level play. They have all the extra little touches as, well, there's Jaywalker. He's going to try and evade this boosting player with another anchor. This time getting it in, and 4-3 at that. So I believe it must have been off of Ryan's head there near the goal because it was still a three-pointer.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I didn't even realize. I thought that dinged. That is so much cooler. Oh, that was the coordination from that play is ridiculous. That was NHL level. That was NHL level goal right there. Unreal. They got Essend. I know you're watching right now, buddy. That's what you've been wanting to do for months. They just pulled it off in the playoffs, dude. Unreal.
So with that shot up ahead by 1, less than 5 minutes remaining here in the second round. Joker coming through strong in the first, so Kang in a position that they're not actually too unfamiliar with in terms of trying to complete reverse sweeps. They do drop those first rounds sometimes. They claim it's their zone of comfort. Is that true or not? I guess we're going to have to see here today. But at the moment, they are down by a point. And at that, we got the offense from Joker potentially about to unfold should they get their stacks. But look like Kangos will get there first this time.
Yeah, Kang, it looks like they're doing a really good job of they've decided to keep 2 players back when they have to get the chain away. They've been keeping 2 players back, not chained, to disrupt the Joker chains, and they've been using that to great effect. Now they're currently down by 1, but look at that, they get it all the way down into that Joker zone. Now it is Joker getting there first, but Sealable get very close. They force that panic pass there. Matt's going to come out with that one, setting that one up to Sealable on the ceiling. Sealable now has leverage cutting in, leverage not being covered at the moment, open across the ceiling there, but he's going to send this one down to the floor, looking for one option. Does Strem come away with it, but he's going to get not stunned out, but the disc does get away from him. And now, Joker sending this one back into the Kang zone.
A very rare, unforced turnover of sorts there for Kang, and not able to get the disc back either, but slowing him down, but not for too long, because Kang with a slap shot, showing that he can do it just as well as anyone else, and they're up by 3 here. And starting to get into that dangerous territory, but of course, 3 minutes, 30 seconds. If Kang just calms it down and connects with those passes. That was the only thing they did wrong. They were patient enough on the other end. It was just kind of the unforced pass that was their undoing by the end of that one.
Yeah, that was it was unfortunate for Kang there, and then Joker just on the other side. Oh no, Joker getting that turnover center. Oh, it's gonna ding. Not quite in. Currently up by 3. Joker is passing back to the goalie there. Leverage now moving out under pressure. Does get it out through the tube. Pass the defense. They do have a chain down there, but it's stuck in the trap, and Dash is ultimately coming away with it. Dash did a really good job of scrumming it up there in that pocket to come away with that one. Send it back to the King zone, but that King stag. Oh, wow, no. Okay. I can't call this one, Pally. It's too much. There's too much going on. What's happening right now?
Well, some incredible moves, no doubt. Strem trying to go for that shield move on his head, and he did actually trick the first defender into stunning him, but the second one was his undoing. Another narrowly missed shot there coming in as Strembitsky recovers. They still got time. It's 2:30 left. They're only down 3, but at the moment, there's that just impeccable aggression we see from Joker in the midfield as Loveridge trying to save the day, but Ryan, he's going to try and make a play off the corner shot. Won't get it. Rebounded here by Jay once more. And now we're at 2:20, and the pace absolutely frantic and aggressive from Joker.
Yeah, Joker is absolutely in control of this disc right now. They have not relented here yet. That pass over to Jaywalker, though, maybe as I say it, is this one going to get loose? Jaywalker does get stunned out, and it will be Mad getting there first. So Kang trying to turn this one around, but the stun there by Ryan, but he gets stunned out as well. And Mad coming away with that one, going to back this one up to Strem. Strem now under pressure, looking to make something happen here. Does have the Joker chain there. You can see it. He's trying to bait it out. That's why he keeps fanning those passes. Does get a beautiful pass over there to Sealable. Sealable has Matt cutting in near the bubble. Goes up to Strem. Strem now taking the anchor shot and hits it for the 2. And now it's a 1-point game with just a minute and a half to go.
That's how you do it. That slow work up the floor. You can see this is what I mentioned about Joker. This is their bread and butter in the defensive areas where midfield, they really try to pressure hard, but they're tricky, true to their name, because the thing with Joker is they will look like they're about to body you up hard on defense there with the just closing in the midfield. But what they're really trying to do is force these passes so that they can stack towards this, so they can meet it halfway. Right there, it's going to be a takeaway, but then right back again for Joker. So it is narrowest of margins. It is 1 minute left here, and it is King's playoff lives of sorts on the line. Of course, double elimination, but no one wants to find themselves losing out here in this first round quarterfinals matchup. So Loveridge gonna take it up here, could go up for some points, and there is the classic Sealable slam with no time remaining, hardly 1 minute, less than that. In fact, it's up by 1 and danger close. It's a game that's close. SirDimwi.
Yeah, there's going to be exactly 30 seconds to go here as Kang has just taken 1-point lead here in round 2. Looking to force that round 3 here as Joker is going to be coming out of the tube here with that joust advantage. They definitely want to get some points on the board here. They have 26 seconds to do it here. 25 seconds to go. Dash going to send that one to that left tube there to Kong. Kong now moving through. Does have the 2 players there encroaching on him. Goes to that cross pass there to Jaywalker. Does find the target. 15 seconds to go. Jaywalker moving in. They're using all the time they have available. Jaywalker going over to Kong. Kong going to the floor to Ryan. They just won it too. Joker has won the game.
And Joker coming away. Kang going down to the lower brackets in this epic matchup to start off. What a huge shot. Great patience being shown from Joker there. They knew they had time on the clock. They didn't rush with that offensive joust, and they closed it out in a sweep at that. And that is the Joker that we didn't see last week, but we've seen over the course of the rest of the 3+ months of season 1. Huge win for Joker. Kang, though, they're not going to be out of it. They still got some games to go.
Yes, they do. Now, I don't know what's going on over there on VRML 2. There's too much going on over here. I will go ahead and pull that one up to see what's going on over there, to see who might be playing who, if we happen to know that yet or not. Looks like they are still playing. They're in round 3 over there, 7.5 to go. Infinite versus Instinct. That's unreal. So definitely, if you're still looking for some action as we wait for that next round, you can definitely go check that over there on VRML 2. But yeah, over here on VRML 1, wow, what a victory here to Joker. They beat Kang out in 2. Which is unreal. When Joker wins, that's how they win. They're the shutout kings. They shut out Kang here barely in the last few seconds. It's been the story of a lot of games here in the postseason. A lot of games, the high-level games we've seen through the seasons. But yeah, Joker does it against Kang here to push on to that round 2 in the winners bracket. Kang going to fall to the losers bracket there to try to stay in it. That is their first victory. First loss. And of course, as we've mentioned, you need 2 losses to get knocked out. So yeah, that's where they're going to be fighting to stay in it in round 2.
And we've seen a lot at this level of competition. As we say, anything could happen. Hence why you have, I mean, Infinite doing what they did last week against Joker. That's why you have Instinct coming up from out of nowhere in the playoff context, managing to sweep in Challengers Cup to earn their spot in the round robins, and then win in the round robins to find themselves here in the top 4 in the quarterfinals and semifinals, what have you. That's what happens. We saw over in Europe a few hours back, earlier today, in their semifinals. You know, we saw washed up going against the Phantoms in the first round there, and they took Phantoms, who were undefeated on the season, 2-3 rounds. Fell a little short towards the end, but nonetheless did the damage. And then in the second round, it was Phantoms and Team Gravity, and Team Gravity officially handed them their first loss. That is to say, Phantoms their first loss on the season in a thriller as well. So anything Dimwi can and does happen, as we've seen here today, and as I'm sure we'll see tomorrow, no doubt.
Yeah, no, and absolutely anything can happen, and you never know who's going to be coming out with the victories. In some of these, you know, Echo Arena is a very offensive-heavy game, though we have seen defenses step up in this 4v4, but still a very offensive-heavy game, and the score can run away from you at any point. You know, you won't even see it happening; it'll just be there. Suddenly, you're down by 6, you're down by 8. And it starts moving away from you, and yeah, it's anything can happen. Any teams can claim victories here. I mean, Instinct is in a round 3 situation here against Infinite, as they pull a reset currently over there. But yeah, it's unreal how quickly you know, that rug can get kind of swept out from under you.
And just to mention too, for those watching, whether again on Facebook Live, over in Oculus venues, again, really wish I could be there had I not been casting, which I love, but otherwise. Man, would I love to check that out.
Yeah, it sounds like an awesome experience.
If I could. But wherever you're watching, we do have still one more game to be played here. So we're going to be following Joker. They're going to face the winners of Infinite and Instinct, which is going on our Twitch channel, Echo Arena VRML 2. You can find links. And in fact, I can also post in a moment here. But just, yeah, the winner of that game will come here to face Joker on this stream today. And meanwhile, on the lower brackets, Kang's going to face the loser of that aforementioned match. And then tomorrow we have, well, the bronze match starting off the day for both regions. Third place match, the lower bracket finals. And that will transition right into the championships, the upper bracket finals. All matches played tomorrow will be, in fact, best of 5, which means all the more anything could happen, and highlights aplenty are guaranteed.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of venues, I've said it a few times, so if you're hearing this for the 3rd or 4th time today, I apologize. But if you are on the Quest and you are watching us in venues, go ahead, pull up your little menu there, search the store for Echo VR. Go ahead and download that baby there, get it on there, get it on your Quest, and hop in, because watching it and experiencing it are 2 entirely different things. If you're enjoying what you're seeing and you've never played the game, oh man, just wait until you get in. It's unreal, genuinely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rad. Thank you, Rad. Ready at Dawn. They're the company that made it. Thank you, guys. This is an awesome game.
It's a rad game in more ways than one. Absolutely. And well, while we're on the topic as well, so for those joining us on the stream who might not be super familiar with Echo, or maybe super familiar with VRML, we are a community-driven platform here. As we mentioned a little while ago, just driven by the passion and the love for this game. VRML is established in many popular VR esport titles, including the likes of Onward and Pavlov, but here with Echo Arena. So for those of you who might be interested in joining the league, definitely do so. The thing is, because of the whole ladder system, even if you're a new player coming in with a quest, and cross-platform play is totally allowed. It's all good. It's encouraged. You can come in as a new team, and worry not. You're not going to be paired against your Kangaroos and Jokers each week. It is based on a MMR system, so as your team gets a few matches under their belt, you get assigned MMR and divisions, bronze, silver, gold, and master. And yeah, each week you'll be paired up against teams within a certain close distance of your MMR, your skill level. So therefore, whether you are a elite hardcore team just looking to scrim 4 times a week like some of these teams do, especially towards the end of the season, or whether you're just kind of a casual team, just looking to treat it like a kind of a recreational bowling league, for instance. Or if you're somewhere in between, you're kind of casual core, you want to play now and then, but you're not trying to also spend, all your hours necessarily doing it. Like whatever level you are, the league accommodates that. The flexible scheduling is a big thing. So every Monday you get 2 matches assigned to you, and the teams actually schedule amongst themselves. So you play your matches anytime throughout the entire week span, from Monday morning through Sunday evening. So yeah, lots of options for all levels of play, all levels of experience. Highly encourage you guys to come on in. I think at the moment
Everyone's
we're reaching like somewhere around the 100 team mark. We had 40 active teams for season 1, give or take a couple depending on the week, but it was pretty consistently there. And since Quest release, we've gotten all the more teams piling in daily, it seems like. So as we do prepare to, looks like the match over there on channel 2, just checking in. It's 11-5 at the moment for Infinite. This is the 3rd round, about 2 minutes left. So Infinite looking like they may take this one away. See a lot of viewers in there already indeed. And yeah, we'll be following that matchup. The end of that matchup, we'll be transitioning into this stream for Joker versus whoever that winner happens to be. Possibly Infinite here, if this is any indication here in the last couple minutes, but we shall see. But until then, we're going to transition real quick to the intermission, get ourselves set and ready to go. So thanks for joining. Don't go away. We'll be back in just a handful of minutes. I'm not going to promise a couple minutes, but soon. Very soon, as this next game concludes with the remainder of your stream today. So be right back, folks. Thanks for joining, and see you in a hot second. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to VR Master League. Exciting games all around. We just finished on this channel not too long ago. It was Team Joker versus Kangarillas, and indeed, Joker closing it out in 2 just by the skin of their teeth at the end there with a big shot. Similarly, over on channel 2 for VRML, we had Infinite playing against Instinct. That went to 3 rounds. It also came down to a 2-point game by the end of it, and that was also following a mercy situation in the second round, going in Infinite's favor. So interesting stuff all along, but close finishes on these series so far. Hoping for more of the same, and I think we're gonna get that if if Joker shows up like they did against Kang, if Infinite shows up like they did against Instinct and against Joker last week in the round robin qualifiers. There's a lot of super intriguing things coming up in this hopefully epic rematch, I think, about to begin.
Yeah, no, this is I was thinking going into today, I was like, I wonder if we'll see an Infinite Joker rematch today, and yeah, we are, and I could not be more excited. That was a game where Infinite's defense just dominated. I mean, it was unreal what Infinite was able to do on defense. That will for a very long time be the example you use when coaching teams of what a good bubble defense looks like. Because I mean, they deployed it against Joker masterfully there last week, and looking to see if they're going to be able to do that again today. Because it's not an easy thing to do. It's hard to get it right, and we'll see if they can do it again.
I don't think I can handle them doing it again, but for the sake of entertainment value, yeah. If another match unfolds like it did last week, where I mean everything was rolling, I agree with you completely. The VOD of that particular match will be one that's looked at for a while as one of just the best displays of what a top-level defense can look like in Echo Arena. Now, if that happens again here, I'm not sure I should say surprised, but in a sense I am, because it's like you said, it's so hard to sustain that kind of play. But then again, it is Infinite, and regardless of any kinds of ups and downs over the course of earlier in the season, they've really picked things up going into the latter half, getting right back into that master tier territory, and showing that it is no mistake why they were considered favorites in preseason for potentially taking it all. Why it's no mistake having these players here again, in a semi-final situation, trying to get that championship glory. So, yeah, there's a lot on the table and a lot to kind of digest, I think. But I'm really excited to see what happens in this rematch from last week.
Yeah, this is going to be again, we're talking top level Echo Arena and Infinite. Yeah, they're that team. They were kind of going into preseason. There was some expectations for them, but really they were kind of unknown in that first week. Not unknown players for certain, but the team makeup was kind of new, and everyone was kind of curious to see how it was going to work out. And they did. They dominated in preseason. Came back in season 1 and had a little bit of a misstep there in those early weeks, but came back strong. And I've made it this far in now. They won their first round here in the finals. If they win this one here, they're going to the finals. But of course, same for Joker. If they win this one here, they go to the finals. As they won their first round against Kang, which is not an easy task for anybody, even Joker. So yeah, this is both teams know what's on the line here, and both teams are going to be coming out to play.
Absolutely. And so everyone in the game now, and about ready to get started here shortly, I do believe. Just one moment as we settle something out really quickly. All right, we're back in it. Sorry about that, folks. We're just sorting out a little detail, but we've peeled the layers on that one.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
I'm sorry. It's probably bad to go for inside
Wow.
jokes when none of the hundreds of viewers watching understand. Nonetheless, we got it all sorted out, folks.
Oh man. Oh, Joker, if you're watching this, love you guys. Infinite, if you're watching this, love you guys. Oh man.
Yeah, so all is good over here in our neighborhood as the teams are indeed informed that they can begin. And here's some good looks, have funs coming out. And I wonder if that's directed towards us because I feel like that's exactly what's about to happen in this rematch.
I know I'm gonna be having fun. Now I know if I was playing in this rematch, I don't. It would be very business. I wouldn't be thinking fun right now. I'd be thinking business. You got to get the job done, and both these teams want those victories. They both, Joker especially, I think, just because Joker they've gotten so close so many times, and every time they get closer and closer. And if that stays, if that trend continues, this is their year. I mean, they beat out Kang in that first round. They're now coming up against Infinite. They've only lost to once. Every other time they beat them in 2, but when Infinite beat them, it was in 2. So yeah, this is this. You want to talk a grudge match? This is a grudge match.
Absolutely, and we'll see which one of these teams come out with that same heat because both of them really good start to this day, but with so much on the line, it's an unknown. I'm not going to try and make guesses. All I'm guessing is that we're going to get some fantastic highlights at the very least as the launch does roll out, and it's YouTube mishandling a little bit as it floats down towards the bottom ramp and eventually going to reach Zach W in that back line, who drops it through the mid zone and actually just evades that interception, even maybe a shot intention. Who knows? Knowing him, it probably was.
And it looks like Joker did a really good job of stuffing that back line, the back chains there from Infinite from getting away. They completely stop Infinite from getting into the zone as a pair. So now Ryan going to send this one up. Does hit Kong there on the near side wall. Does have that far side pass option, but the lane is fairly covered. But he passes it anyways. And there it is, the feed to Ryan. Ryan's going to bring that one in up to that top corner pocket for the 2 and 58 seconds in. We've got our first points on the board here. Team Joker's up by 2.
And they're going to do what they need to do to win those games. Mention the unique style of Joker, how they play a very unique style. They do their own thing from time to time, but you know what? In games like this where they know everything is on the line and they know they're coming off of what was just a gigantic upset, basically being swept by Infinite in the round robins last week, that they're going to have to pull out some more fundamentals potentially. They're going to have to go with those deep cross passes for those easier shots. And it bought them some success there against Kang, paired with that just incredible mid lane defense that Joker always provides. But against Infinite, they'll have to do much of the same.
Yeah, and Joker right now in control here as they move into the that Infinite. Oh, what a read there, though, by Palace. And he's going to send that one away. So we're looking for a stack race. Looks like Infinite is getting away to it. It is going to be YouTube. He's going to take a shot. He hits it for the 3. And Infinite's first points on the board are going to be a 3-pointer. 2 minutes in. They're up by 1 here against Joker in round 1.
And that was a very successful upload from YouTube to go up by that point. As we mentioned earlier in the cast and in the pre-show, these
Shaking
players,
my head on that one.
these players, and layers of players, didn't we? Anyway, these players are, there aren't weak points in the game. I mean, everyone, YouTube mainly a backliner, goalkeeper, fantastic one at that. Doesn't mean he can't shoot. Everyone at this level, they can shoot, they can score. Right there, it's Joker. They're gonna soar for the recollection and have plenty of time to really walk it up the floor here and spread out their offense.
Yeah, and look at that. Ryan taking his time there. That little stun he got on Dash. Oh, that was funny. I hope that was on cameras. Oh, no. Dash now looking to walk this one up, ultimately backing it up there to Ryan. Ryan, though, going to get stunned out there by Andy, and that one forced a turnover. Zach sending it back to that tube. It does get through. And who's going to get there first? It is Ryan with the hand on it first. And now Joker looking to turn this one around, but a lot of pressure they're under at the moment.
So back to the midfield, Dash retaining before getting stunned. He does find a nice accurate pass, just soft enough to reach the hands. Kong is gonna go for the, couldn't make it quite there. So bottom of the floor, rebounded by Zach. Zach losing the handles, possibly dropping out, it would seem. So highly unfortunate, but Dash is gonna play on that one, you can bet, as Joker maybe looking to take advantage, going here for the passing play, cross, and goal.
My.
It's 4 points now.
unreal what Joker just did there on offense. That was ridiculous. That pass over to Kong on the ghost block there and had Dash cutting in. I mean, when Kong got that pass, Dash was already cutting, and Kong sends it back to Dash, and Dash, Dash is able to pop that one in for the 2. That was a beautiful goal there for Joker. As we do get a restart here. Looks like Zach dropped out at least for just a moment. He is already back though, so we should be getting starting here real quick.
It was right on that pass or the not the pass, the grab on the floor down there by the corner. You saw him grab it and then just lost his handles and just ever so briefly had cut out. I mean, he got back in a hurry, so that's good news. But kind of worse news is still the fact that Joker was able to play on that and score, which is the rules for those kind of issues, is that you do either 45 seconds elapse and you can restart based on when it occurred, or until the next goal. Or if the next goal happens, then you can do a restart, set the times back to what they were. But resulting from that, it's 4-3. Joker taking the lead right back. 6:27, still here in this first round of our second and final match of today on this channel. But again, we've got more games, including the championships tomorrow. Little thing called championships are coming at you tomorrow, but another restart. So maybe one of the rules were misset. I can only imagine that might be the issue. But yeah, so sorry about that, folks. We're going to get back to it shortly here. Bear with us.
Bear with us indeed. And yeah, it must have been one of those settings. It looked like the disc was in the right spot. The goals, the score looked proper. Time looked good. So yeah, it was something imperceptible to us, but definitely something that would have an effect on the game, presumably, as they wouldn't reset otherwise. Because now they get the readies up again. And as Palidore already said, I'll go ahead and reiterate, 4-3, 6:27 left on the clock. We're here in round 1. Joker's up by 1, and Infinite has the joust advantage.
That they do. So right back at him. Goal for Infinite, well, is to get some goals, of course, but also to just not let that last play there, that 4v3, affect them negatively in terms of how they approach this next rollout. It's still early enough in the game. It's only a 1-point disadvantage. I mean, they're going to be right in this so far. I mean, they've been looking good. Still coming through with the brawls, still coming through with the speed. So there's YouTube. He's going to collect it, dishing up high, maybe off the rebound, and goes to the barrier and getting stunned. That disc carrier not feeling too good off that one. The knuckles all over the place as Joker all over the space, just covering so much of the floor, so many of the lanes with absolute precision and just quickness as that shot goes in for Dash. Beautiful hit, just flinging it and spinning around right before the defense approached and stunned him.
Yeah, Dash knew he had no time to work with there, had no space to work with, so once he got that rebound, he was in the right place at the right time, got a grab of that disc and just sent it. He knew about where the goal was going to be. It never moves, and he put it in. He never moves. It never moves unless you're me, taking a shot from deep, but it never moves there, and that one good there for 2. And Joker's now up by 3 here as Infinite trying to turn this one around, but Joker's just not letting it happen, and they're back in control here. Dash sending this one down the floor. Does hit Jaywalker. Jaywalker taking the shot, but that one's going to go just wide, and now it looks like Kong's going to receive it there on the back line. Maybe a reset here for Joker.
Just a miscommunication, perhaps. They were going for that passing play for another one of those very close-range crosses into dunks, but it looked like Ryan there going for the punch on the goalie instead, so just... Again, slight miscommunication. Will they pay with a goal? No, not being made, but maybe the second attempt. Big grab, though, from Ryan. Doing a little bit of Infinite to Infinite with a great close-range snag. And then there's Infinite with the Infinite on another grab. Andy coming through, tapping it over. Great awareness just to find Zach. Goes for the bounce, and that will roll back to the barriers. Some awkward interactions, but they're going to still get that one for a moment as Ryan takes it over and clears through right.
Yeah, that one's going to get sent out. Palace had a great opportunity there, but doesn't hit it. Jaywalker, oh, what a stop there, and it's YouTube with the grab to stop that one from going in at the last second, but Kong coming away with that one, so Joker still in possession here. Jaywalker now going to walk this one in. Oh, my goodness. YouTube with the hands, get another one. That's Zach. Wow. Infinite is not letting Joker score right now. This is that defense they need. Dash sending this one up to Kong. Kong gonna swoop this one in, go for the cross pass.
Wow.
This Jaywalker gets stunned out, but he puts it in nonetheless, and that's gonna be a 2-point goal there for Joker, and they're now up by 5.
Wow, Dimwi, wow. The only undoing of that entire series was the fact that Joker got, what, 4 or 5 shot attempts? The defense, absolutely insane. Being able to stop the goal being scored that many times in a row. That is, you do not see that very often. You don't see that, those kind of brawls, those kind of saves in such a short span, especially against what is perhaps one of the most gifted teams offensively in the league in terms of just every player being able to pull out a complete bag of tricks. So Infinite showing why they made it here and why they swept Joker last week with that defensive stand as we approach this final 3 minutes of this first round. YouTube with a disc and with the clear intercept though to Dash.
Yeah, good read there from Dash up to Kong. Kong, though, in YouTube with another stop there on that shot from Joker. And then it's going to be Zach trying to send that one away. But Dash is there in the lane to get the stop on it. And now he's going to turn around for Joker here. Excuse me.
If they play the clock right, I know it's not typically the most Joker style kind of thing. But like I said, these aren't typical situations that they're facing. They know, they're well aware of the threat that is Infinite after last week, especially. So they're I believe looking like they're trying to just play it a bit more meta than perhaps as usual for their team on a day-to-day basis.
And now Joker looking for another opportunity here. Jaywalker taking that pass to the ceiling and up to Dash. He's going to redirect that one in for the 2. We saw a similar play there earlier off the headbutt redirect there, but we see a hand redirect there. That's going to convert it to the 2 points instead of a 3. But Joker's now have a 7-point lead here with only 2 minutes to go. That's massive. That's a hill for Infinite to climb here against a team like Joker. That is, yeah, it's a lot.
Most definitely. It's tough. And I mean, the highlights they've been providing. Right now, Joker kind of the beneficiaries of most of them, it seems, as Infinite just tries to collapse on the goal, and there's a beautiful delivery. Now, Dash was heady and aware to just dive out on that one, tried to meet the pass halfway, but barely slipped through his fingers.
Yeah, that was a great play there. Andy up to Palace underneath the goal. Dash got the read on it, tried to intercept it, but wasn't quick enough, and that leaves a goal open for Palace to very easily set that win for 2. And that's exactly what Infinite needed here. A minute and a half to go here in round 1, only down by 5. That's a 2-goal difference, a maximum of 3. So 3 2s, as now they do force a turnover. Andy taking a shot, he hits it. Good for a 3 at 18 meters a second, and now it's only a 2-point game here in the last minute.
Oh, that is a mighty big hit, Dimwi. Very timely. They've got all the time in the world. I mean, if you consider where Infinite was at just about a minute and a half ago, this is plenty of time. They feel much better about their chances. At least if I were Infinite, I would, because Joker looking like they were about to do that whole Joker snowball that happens from time to time. They're starting to put together some goals, but yeah, with those quick scores, right back in it.
So now Joker in possession here. Infinite trying to stuff those lanes, but Joker is going to get through mid. So now they are moving in on the bubble as Kong now sending that one to Jaywalker. Kong and Jaywalker working the back line here. Jaywalker on that far side station block, trying to draw that defense out. He does get Andy out, so he's going to send that pass up. Does hit Dash. Dash on the near side, well, going to move in. Walking up a little bit, sending that one up to Ryan. Ryan's going to send that one in for the 2 and push the Joker lead up to 4 here. And with only 25 seconds on the clock as a clock disappears there, it looks like round 1 will be comfortably in the hands of Joker as there are only 8 seconds left and a 2-goal difference.
All right, close match, but Joker at the very least not allowing Infinite to start the way that they started in the round robins last weekend. So one more shot will come through. It's going to be saved out and cleared by Dash. And now for Infinite, it's their job to just go back into the old lockers, the spawn room, recollect a bit, take a drink of water, and just regather for a more successful second round. They still did a very good job with a almost late game comeback, scored a couple in a row there. So it still had a little bit of momentum potentially being built at least.
I'm good.
And now it's just a question of can Joker maintain while Infinite just tries to kind of retain some of the momentum they built up dating back to last week.
Now, you know what's notable is looking at the possession time. Now, I can't see the raw stats. We're having to go off of the percentages there on the stream as after that reset the stats for us here, so I don't have the accurate numbers. But excuse me, possession time 69% to 31% in favor of Joker. That's absolutely massive. That is a big advantage in possession time. That's probably 1.5 to 2 minutes there in possession time over Infinite. And but it also a testament to how quickly Infinite's been able to score when they do score. They don't seem to they're not waddling with it. They're not slowing it down. They're being very quick with those the goals you're getting on Joker. And maybe that's what they need to look for is being able to beat Joker down the field. to get those goals in, as it appears the plays on the bubbles haven't really been working out for Infinite thus far in the game.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was interested in, just seeing how that carried over kind of from last week, because both teams kind of just in different circumstances in these playoff situations. And yeah, it's really, like I said, for Infinite, it's just a matter of kind of recollecting, recognizing the fact that, yeah, it was a tough loss, and even maybe made tougher over the fact that there was that dropout early on in the match. It did enable Joker to score a couple of points in that bubble. So, even take away the context of that shot, 2-point game perhaps. So it's really the difference between the scores, not that big of a thing. So Infinite here, they're gonna go in, but being denied with a stun. Joker now starting to come through with those brawls near that bubble.
And now they're forcing that turnover real quick. They do get it through mid, although good leech there from YouTube to get back to goal. Shots coming in. That one's gonna go wide there from Ryan. Now Jaywalker trying to track that one down. He does. Good twirl on the Pac-Man block there to get away from that defender. It was a good move by Jaywalker to stay away. He passed it back to Dash. Dash going back to Kong now. Kong going to send this one in on that near side wall. Back up to Jaywalker. Jaywalker crosses that one to Dash.
Nice.
But a dangerous pass. Might even call that a dead man's pass as Zach caught the stun and the steal, sending that one down into the bubble here. Very close to the goal.
Oh, wow.
Wow, what a stop there from the goalie on Joker. Zach taking that shot at Palace now, turning this one around. Another opportunity here for Infinite as he passes that one up to, who is that? Zach over there. And Zach, oh no, looks like Zach just crashed. That is unfortunate as YouTube's trying to send this one back up, but it's looking like we're going to have a 4-on-3 here for the moment in favor of Joker. That one gets slung in, but it's going to take a bounce off that shield.
And retaining will be missed on the clear, so there's Joker with a rebound instead. Ryan over there at the logo. Meanwhile, just trying to position out the best they can on defense is Infinite, going over to Jaywalker. Jaywalker reaching Dash. Dash now. Moving up the field, just analyzing, trying to find that most open pass. There it is, and it will be the reversal. Ryan going from the backboard to the front and converting for the first couple points.
Yeah, a minute and a half in. That took exactly a minute and a half as Zach has returned now. Joker taking advantage of that 4-on-3, exactly what you need to do in that situation. You can't feel bad for the other team. You got to continue to play as they are. And they're able to convert that for a 2 there. And so Joker taking that lead a minute and a half in, but Infinite now, they're feeling some fire under them as that goal came in on that 4v3 situation. They're not feeling happy about that one, and they definitely want to make up for it here as they start pushing through mid.
Most definitely, and they can still definitely do that. It's just, once again, they're literally one goal away each and every time down the floor from being right back in the game. Same with the first round. They're one goal away from still being a threat to win it. So that's what you gotta definitely prioritize. If nothing else, keep everything else just kind of in the back burner and try to burn Joker here for some shots. Jaywalker, though, he's gonna take the shot. It's gonna be saved, though, from Andy. So showing his defensive ability and now showing the handles on the stacks. Dash getting a bit of a leech, so does enable Kung ultimately to retain this all the way down in the orange goal. And they back it out once more. There's the patience at play, and Joker spacing out yet again.
Yeah, both teams have deployed leeches to great effect in this game. And now Zach coming in, sending that one in for the 3, but it's going to bounce off of the post there. That is heartbreaking as that one bounces now back towards that 2. There's 7 minutes, though. We still have left here in round 2 as now Andy in control of this one, sending that one across there to Zach. Zach now moving in on the bubble. He's going to get stunned out, and Kong's going to get the grab on that one in the goal crease and send that one back out towards 2.
So YouTube trying to handle it up here, go to Palace. So despite that initial missed shot, they'll still have some opportunities to score. Chat saying Instinct took a round off King. Anything could happen, folks. As we have Zach, he's gonna dive in, but look at that again, the defense. So we're seeing a lot of what Instinct was doing to Joker last week. We're seeing it play out now in Joker's favor, where they're really just closing off with those defensive clamps over and over here.
And now Joker with an opportunity. Kong gonna walk this one in, slam it in for another 2 there, and now almost 4 minutes in. Joker has a 4-point lead, and I say it like that because that, for Joker, that is a ridiculously low-scoring game. 4 minutes in, only 4 points. That's unheard of, and so, I mean, that's a testament to what Infinite's able to do. Although Infinite doesn't have points on the board yet, they're keeping Joker at a slow pace on the scoring end, so they have the opportunity to still come back here. Still 6 minutes to go, only a 2-goal game. Let's see if Infinite can make that happen here on this drive.
Now you see the thing is about that point. It's a great point. I feel like last week it was there was some lower scoring for Joker as well. There was lower scoring matches against Infinite. but that one wasn't quite by design. It was Infinite just coming through with some amazing suffocating defense. I feel like this week, you know, this round here, little bit lower scoring, but I feel like this time it is by design. Joker is really spacing out so well, going for those back passes, going for all the passes, getting the disc loose, and U2, very timely. There it goes, cuts it in half. And like I said, you're only a goal away every single play from being right back in it for Infinite. So 5 minutes left, and not looking too bad at all for a comeback if they just keep that up.
Yeah, not looking bad at all, and that's exactly what we need to be able to do when the other team makes a mistake like that. It looked like Kong accidentally dropped the disc somehow. You have to be able to punish them for it, and YouTube punished them for it right there, puts the 2 on the board. Now Joker with the possession of the disc, dashing that one up to that left side tube there on the far side wall. Kong moving in, has a lot of space to work with, so he's going to keep walking. As long as they let him walk, he's going to keep walking. These shoes were made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. It's Ryan now with the disc. Oh, good juke there on Zach, although he misplays it just for a moment. But gets it right back and back it out, and Joker going to reset for another attempt here on the bubble.
All right, Willie Nelson. Well, Kong's going to take it out here to the wedge. Like I said, by design. Look at this, the spacing. You have a Joker player on every possible lane, but getting stunned just the same. Zach and YouTube diving out on that one, resulting in the stack coming in, and just barely with the advantage was Joker for a moment, slapping it through the fingertips of YouTube and Andy, but they're going to be there to meet the disc. They're going to be there to meet the fist of Ryan with the stuns.
Now, Palace, it is going to be Infinite in possession here, moving into the Joker zone. Palace sending that one up there. That pass to Palace. Palace up to Andy. Andy going to bring that one in for an Andy dunk as Andy does it, and he pops that winner for the 2. That's going to tie it up here with just under 4 to go.
Yeah, and Andy and Dunk's just about as iconic of a duo as Sealable and his. With Andy definitely a big part of his game. He throws in that one just kind of a walk-in off an open goal, but you might have seen it in the pre-show highlights. He is someone who can pile on lots of points really creatively through those dunks.
Well, absolutely can. And Andy coming away with that one. This one a deep ball, but it's going to hit just the edge of the shield there. He does come away with it again, though. Zach now. Zach under pressure. Jukes off the shield, sends it in, but what a stop there by Kong. Wow.
Kong. Unbelievable. This is the danger of Joker. The popular thing to talk about with Joker is indeed their offense and their ingenuity in that end. But they have so many great defenders on their team, goalkeepers and what have you. It's a less talked about part, but it is so evident when you see them play in the goal. There it is again. I mean, even in the mid lane with the grabs. There's Jay, classic Jay, with a grab there in the midfield. Andy, though, getting it, but another grab dash. So both the W's trying to paint the bottom corner of the goal, trying to shoot on the feet, and yet both Kung and Dash well prepared, well read. Call them librarians. Right now, Infinite. They're just trying to break through somehow.
That passing sequence you just saw, that was so close. They got so close to be able to open up that shot lane, and just that last pass was just a little bit too low. Gets away from the player, but Infinite still in control here, turning this one around, sending that one through mid, although that one a little bit off the mark, but recovered ultimately by Zach. Zach sending that one in deep. Andy trying to get there off of that leech, but Jaywalker's going to come away with that one, sending that one back to Ryan. And now Joker's looking to turn this one around, get it through mid here. They do all the way down, taking that tube shot, but it's going to, was that a bounce off the post? I'm not sure what I just saw.
Barely grazed the barrier, I do believe, but that's an unfortunate turnover. But just the same, unable to complete that passing play. So both teams a little bit scrambled as that one goes through again. So here it goes. If Infinite gathers their stack first, which it looks like they do, they have a chance to get the 2, and they're up 6-4, a minute 47, and fighting to meet them in round 3 if possible.
Yeah, that goal took almost 2 minutes to happen there. That's how long we went without a goal here in this game. I mean, that just shows you're talking about 2 teams that can run away with the lead, with the score. I mean, at any point in the game, and we're in single digits. We're a minute and a half left. That took 2 minutes to score a goal. It's unreal how disruptive both teams are against the other. It's now Jaywalker moving in on the near side, gonna go off the backboard. He hits it for the 3. Wow.
Oh, that was most unexpected, and again, wow, the dangers of Joker, absolutely. That window to actually make that shot was insanely small. I would dare say that was a good shot, but only because of the player who shot it. It was risky, but there was that very, very slight window left open, and boy, did he take heavy advantage.
You could almost see Jay Walker the moment he noticed the window. Oh, but Zach trying to take that shot, but he's going to get stunned out and not turning it around is Joker. But you could almost see Jay Walker notice that window open up. It's almost like his body language shifted just before he sent that shot in. And yeah, it was a beautiful shot there from Jay Walker. He had no time to make it, and he made it nonetheless. But now Jay Walker again going for another shot, but that one's just going to go wide.
And we got less than 30 seconds remaining. It was, classic Jay on that play. Absolutely the smart just awareness as Infinite. They are all kinds of scrambling here, just trying to find that last potential goal. They're at the point where they need to find a shot, any shot. But at the moment, Joker just causing all kinds of havoc, all kinds of chaos. Here it comes. It's going to be Andy W going across. One more attack, and they get it and win it here late. So round 3, it is Dimwi. What a fantastic series this has been.
I was resigned, man. I thought the game. I was like, there's not enough time. They don't have enough. They're not going to be able to get in there. You know, I'm still watching the game, but I'm like, I'm not thinking this guy. But what? Wow! Infinite in the last 5 seconds, we're able to put that one in for the 2, and yeah, we're going to game 3 here. Infinite versus Joker. You know what this means historically, Palidore? You know what this means historically? Anytime Joker's gone to round 3.
Yes.
Anytime Joker's gone to round 3, they've lost.
Yes.
They've lost. Anytime they go to round 3 this season, they've lost. Infinite just forced a round 3 on Joker, whether or not Infinite wins or not. This is twice in a week that Infinite has broken the shutout kings from being shutout kings. It's unreal. I mean, Joker shut out Kang in round 1 here, and Infinite's going to come back and take round 2 on Joker. This is unreal. This is going to be an amazing round 3 here. Oh my goodness.
I see people calling out Caster's curse, but see the beauty from a caster's and entertainment perspective of this one. No matter what happens, some sort of history is in a way broken. So either way, either Joker breaks their streak of losing these round 3s, or Infinite does the unprecedented and takes Joker yet again 2 matches here in a row in these big clutch situations. So whatever does happen, as I said going into this, I don't have predictions per se. I won't try to go there because like we're seeing as well in the other game where Instinct took a round off of King. Haven't got an update on that. Apparently tied up right now in round 2. But yeah, just anything can happen. These teams are proving time and again all day long on both regions that anything can happen and will happen and has happened. So as we happen to roam into this 3rd and final round here between these 2 teams, again, this upper bracket, it's on the line. Andy W, he's going to be lined up with a punch, courtesy there of Kung.
Oh, Zach sending that one across the Palace. Palace sending that one to Andy. Andy's going to dunk that one in. And 19 seconds in, Infinite are going to get the first points on the board here in round 3. Good for the 2. And yeah, still 9.5 to go here, but Infinite, they needed that first goal. That's something they could build off of. And I think that's what we're going to see. I think we're going to see them build off of that score. They might. It's going to be hard for Joker against a team like this when they smell blood in the water. They're gonna attack. And you can see Andy coming in there aggressive there as that one gets sent to that left tube by Joker.
Now what I'm curious of as Kung is just biding his time looking for the defense and not getting rid of the disc. What I'm curious of is how Joker does react if this is the case, because they tried making those adjustments. They did it very well, and yet it didn't buy them the win. There's YouTube. He's trying to get his team the win here. And will be partially cleared back into the mid lane, going to the way of YouTube again with those boosts. There's Palace, there's Zach, but on the approach, it's still going to be Dash and Kung getting there first. So double stacks going on for, it looks like both teams for at least a moment there, playing a part in this matchup and absolutely frantic. So Ryan, frantic, not on that play because he did have time to finally walk it in. The ebbs and flows of Echo Arena, you know how it goes. 1 minute, it's just end-to-end with incredible breakneck speed. The next moment, finally, slows down. Okay, I can walk this one in. It's lower pressure, boom, score. But that's just how it is in sports, right?
And what really gave him all that time to work with was Joker. He had teammates in the backfield there just stunning out those chains from both chains from Infinite were getting stunned out in the backfield there. They had all the time in the world to work with us. We see the what shot. Oh, Zach. Oh, you're ridiculous. Zach going for that what shot, the cloud shot as some call it. but Dash is in that lane and not going to let that happen as this one gets sent all the way down into the infinite zone. YouTube trying to wrangle this one in. He can't quite get to it. He does ultimately. Now trying to, oh no, he hit off the head of his teammate. That's unfortunate there, but they are still in possession here as Andy's moving up on that far side. They do have Stacks moving in. They're trying to get that one down deep. Takes that goofy bounce. Zach coming away with it. Zach going to send it into the bubble. Straight bounce off the wall, but Joker's going to get there first and now turning it around.
Did you see that move from Ryan as well? Use his own
Yeah.
player as an anchor, Joker train style, but he used it defensively, very smartly, in fact, to evade the stack coming through. So again, one of those just little extra touches, those crafty moves that they pull out. Unusual to see teams do it, but it's creative and it works in their favor. So that was incredible. As at the moment, it's going to be looking like a 2-on-3 now at goal. So we'll see what Joker decides to do. They're going to go for the anchored shots off the nest. And almost saved. Looks like actually maybe off the head there of Zach.
Yeah.
Because it did count as a 3. So, wow. 3 points up now for Joker.
Zach came in on the backside of the goal. They were trying to help cover. He saw that shot coming in. He saw the player on the goal. He was going to cover that player. And as he comes in, he just happens to tip the disc as it was on its way in. I think it was on its way in anyways. He didn't aid it in any way. The bounce just didn't go his way and it goes into the goal. But now with an opportunity, Zach takes that shot. He hits it for the 2. And we're back to a 1-point game.
Absolutely. Call him Sinatra because that was indeed his way that time. That's what Zach does when he's driving on that goal. He's looking to turn you inside out if you're a defender. So good job. We'll be back to Team Joker. Meanwhile, on Channel 2, just to keep those updated, switching back and forth, looks like it will be round 3 indeed. So, man, games for days as Zach, he gets the play. It's Andy, it's Zach. They stack, they dunk, and now they are right back in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I mean, I keep saying it. That's what they need to do. They force that turnover against Joker, and they turn it around and get another one in. Kind of a laissez-faire style goal there. Zach brings that one in for the 2. And now Infinite up by 1, but still over 5 minutes to go in this game. I think we're going to see a lot of that back and forth as we continue on here. Is now Dash moving in very, very carefully, trying to play the defense. He does. Andy comes out. Excuse me, that was Zach coming out to challenge. So he sends that one up to Ryan. Ryan now under pressure. You see Andy trying to cover the lanes there. Ryan going up to the ceiling. That's a Jaywalker. Teleporting around a little bit. Going to send that one in off the backboard. And that one's going to be good for the 2. And now Joker's up by 1.
Well, player's not going to have a good time about that one. That does go in off the bothered goalie at that, off the backboard. Will be, 5 minutes here. 5 minutes, 10 seconds. It's Joker taking back momentary control, but Infinite still right in this one, and they're looking very much more collected here in round 3 thus far, as the rollout comes for Andy W. hitting Zach down below, or Palace rather, who then does find Zach going for a bounce shot. Gonna be risky though. That's the second long heave, the bounce shot that's just been intercepted easily by Dash in the back lane.
Yeah, you can't be taking those on Dash. He's prepped. Joker is kind of a team that players I think oftentimes think they don't prep. I can tell you right now, Dash preps. And that shot though from Ryan, reliable Ryan coming out from the backfield there, coming out 23 meters out, 18 meters a second, good for the 3. And now Joker's up by 4, with just under 4 to go. Just over 4 to go.
Yeah, over 4. They're under 4 on the scoreboard, but the time's still conducive to some comebacks, but that's going to be tough. Palace gets stuffed there, but seems like control maybe momentarily at least maintained enough to get it to the other side. Of course, Jaywalker does encroach on that disc. He's checking in front, checking behind, and just seeing what there is to offer as he hits the brakes just to juke the defender a little bit. Ryan's going to take that, go for the cross, and going for another 2. They're up now. Double what it just was only a minute or 2 ago. So up 12-6.
Yeah, 6-point differential here. Still 3.5 to go. But that's how fast these teams can score on anybody. And now you had Infinite in the lead 6-5, and now it's Joker lead 12-6. That's 7 unanswered points there from Joker now as YouTube going to move this one up gingerly, casually, has a lot of room to work with, so he's going to take it. He finally sees the space he's looking for, hits Zach. Zach going back there to Palace, but turnover. Jaywalker going to go for that shot. That one's not going to be on the mark, but it is going to bounce into the bubble there. And now we're just waiting for the chains to get loose. You do have, who's that? Ryan coming in, but under pressure. Good stun there by Zach. And now back in possession is Infinite as they turn this one, trying to set it back towards mid, but a turnover there to Dash.
So back it goes, open 3, does not hit. Jaywalker slaps it, also doesn't hit. Back down below again, getting the clear. Now Infinite at the moment in a position, the same position they actually found themselves at towards the ends of rounds 1 and 2, where they made these kind of late scoring comebacks, but another just deep heave right into a goalie's hands. That time Jaywalker playing back there. But again, in rounds 1 and 2, Infinite did make some scoring runs, and it did actually get them the win in the second. So they've done this before, very recently, as Dash is just going to back that out, recognizing we have a lead, we have time on the side. Smart play coming in from Dash.
Yeah, you definitely want to play clock management here. When you're up by 6, there's only 2 minutes to go. Every second at this point really counts. And it's, they really, Infinite really need time to work with here to come back. And Joker's just not going to allow it. They're going to take the time. Dash up to Kong. And Kong's going to pop that one in as looks like, some funny activity there right in front of the goal. But that one is going to be good for the 2. And now Joker's up by 8.
Putting a little emphasis on that dunk, too. That was very, very quick. Right into the goal and almost saved perhaps there, turning blue towards the end. At the moment, it is blue team. That is to say Infinite. Looks like we do have a restart being hit. Now time indeed is starting to wind down and starting to favor the Joker boys. But again, whatever the results of this match, Infinite will still be in it. They just may have to do it the hard way by going through that loser's bracket, the lower bracket, and facing off against the winners of Kang and Instinct, which is in the right and smack dab in the middle, just about of round 3. It looks like with Kang Gorillas up 6-2, still 5:20 remaining in that match. So, yeah, it is. We said anything could happen, didn't we? And I feel like so far everything has happened throughout the day. A lot of interesting stories unfolding.
Oh, absolutely. Negative.
So as we try to look for the time real quick, the negative being directed towards me, by the way, chat. Don't worry about it. I'm a very negative presence. But anyways, we're looking towards the VODs. We'll get that for the players, it seems. Didn't get the clock. Didn't expect the restart, quite frankly, is also. But indeed, it happened. So we're just going to address real quick. So pardon me while I look at the times. And while Dimwi does his finest job too, boom, stall.
I think we're just gonna go with dead air.
Oh, okay. That sounds.
No, I'm just kidding, of course. No, it's Infinite really coming out to play here. They put on a really great show. I mean, they took round 2 there. They are currently down by 8, but they're not out. We still have just under 2 minutes to go here. That's a 3 goal difference, 4 if they're all 2s. But I mean, you're talking about Infinite here. Shooters like Zach, Palace, and Andy, YouTube even. Every single one of them can hit those 3s. They just got to be quicker to Joker to get down the field. And it's what they're trying to do. You can see them. They're doing a lot of clear and boosting here against Joker, and they're just not winning a lot of those races. Joker's been doing a really good job of stopping Infinite's chains in the backfield. And when they can't stop them, they leech. Both teams' leeches have been ridiculous today, but it's really Jokers are the leeches that are paying off for the most part, as they do have that 8-point lead here with not sure how much time is left, but as I said, just over 2 minutes. Just over 2 minutes. 2:05 left on the clock there. This is still possible for Infinite. They're still in the game, as it looks like somebody over there on Joker, while we're waiting, has either crashed out or went ahead and went to reset for some other unrelated tech issue. Someone just said Kong's he's just fixing something right quick. So taking the opportunity while we have the pause to go ahead and fix an issue he's been dealing with. This is still Infinite's still in this one.
So they're just fixing his ports.
Makes sense. So taking that time at the moment, but we'll see how the rest of that round unfolds. Not a lot of time, but still enough of it. And thing is, too, just as I said, no matter who loses out on this, still a path to redemption. That's the beauty of a double elimination. Again, so quarterfinals, semifinals today happening. Double elimination, so you have to lose twice in these brackets in order to be out of the tournament. And tomorrow will be the conclusion of said tournament with the lower bracket finals as well as the upper bracket finals, the championships for our whole season. So there's still a path available for them. And just a quick update as well. Currently, over on the second channel, it's Kangarillas and Instinct. Final 2 minutes, 2:15, round 3. 4-point advantage for Kangarillas at the moment. So up ahead, but not by a big margin by any stretch. Instinct definitely showing up, it seems like, yet again, showing why, you know, all the regular season was just a build up to this point where they do, in fact, finally kind of flourish into this team who does decidedly belong at the top tier.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, really, all the teams here today decidedly belong at that top tier. I mean, you kind of had to do that to get here, especially when you're talking about like Instinct. The fact that they've gone so far here is, oh my goodness, they just scored. Conor Karras just scored a 3, bringing that lead down to 1 here with a minute and a half to go. Oh my goodness. Palidore, I'm going to go ahead and take a step away from this cast to go watch that game. Because what? Of course, I'm kidding, but what? That's ridiculous. Instinct has an opportunity here.
Oh, it's like I said, anything and everything has happened. No matter how this both these games end, no matter how that Kang Instinct game is about to end, it's someone is coming away with great highlights and just impressing. I mean, no matter what. So that's underway right now. We're still waiting on this issue to be resolved here in this particular match. So apologies to those at home, just awaiting this conclusion of our stream. But appreciate all of you for tuning in. Again, on Facebook Live, on Twitch, in Oculus venues. Glad to have you there. Of course, thanks just the same to our great sponsors there in VR Cover, ProTube, VR Fixed Gaming, and Rebuff Reality, sponsoring these tournaments and enabling these players to come in here, competing for between the two regions, $1,000 worth of prizes, including ProTube merchandise and coupons, some Rebuff Reality cash and gift cards, as well as some custom jerseys, which are always lovely. If you guys tuned in earlier into the pre-show, you probably saw some of us wearing our custom jerseys from Echo Arena, which we all love very, very much.
Where do you come from? You just like came in like.
All right. So with that said,
I was just gonna say we can officially announce Kang has beat Instinct. Instinct has now been knocked out of the tournament, and Kang will be returning tomorrow.
There you go. So big game finishing over there. Again, Instinct, hats off to them for an incredible season and almost a Cinderella story. No matter what, their names are well ingrained into the Echo Arena community's heads now. As hey, these are players everyone just has to watch out for. They're big time, showing up just across the last few weeks especially. But yeah.
And we just got a confirmation. We did hear from Subtlety a moment ago, but just confirmed now as he enters the game. Skinny will be subbing in now for Kong. Skinny, a player that's played with Joker quite a few times during the season. He played with them 8 times during the season. In fact, they won all 8 games. They won all of them in 2. But yeah, Skinny coming in here with just 2 minutes to go. You know he's feeling that pressure. You know he's feeling the pressure to perform here because even though they are up by 8 against a team like Infinite, that's Infinite can score. They can definitely get those goals in, so they're gonna have to be careful here for the remaining 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
Yeah, rest assured, anything is possible. Being proven here. We'll see. For Skinny, that's definitely going to be for any player. It's going to be tough. Just coming in cold, essentially, to a huge match situation. It's not just a random weekly match. This is the end of the season. This is the approaching the end of the road for everyone involved. Some a little bit later than others, depending on how they perform today. So this is big time with a couple minutes left. Going for a very deep shot.
Ooh.
Will be missed, but Ryan gets the rebound, just dodging through the defense, but unable to really do much with it. So right back into the other side, and another deep heave as it gets taken up high by Palace. No, YouTube and Palace all both meeting each other, but couldn't wrangle the disc. So another misplay there happening. The goal actually left momentarily exposed, but the clear going through, and that's 30 seconds of precious time off the clock.
Yeah, now a minute 27 to go as this one gets dumped all the way back in. And now a bit loose here, although Zach's going to come away with that one. Zach going to send this one in there to Andy. Andy going for that shot, but he's going to send it just wide. And now Jaywalker getting that rebound. I'm going to send it all the way back down into that infinite zone. Minute 13 to go as bouncing in the bubble there. Ryan trying to get that one in, but he gets stunned out there by Palace. And this one's going to bounce out of the bubble, but still loose. Skinny trying to get there first. He does, sending it back towards the bubble, trying to find Jaywalker. Jaywalker comes away with it for a moment. Looking for that Jaywalker shot, the kind of no-look backhand, but it's just wide. 54 seconds to go. We are running out of time here quickly for Infinite if they want to get this win. And
oh, no!
Oh, no.
Oh, that's the second week in a row that we've seen a huge... And again, just to secure it, the lockdown defenders of Team Joker coming through just to guarantee their success in this bracket. And they're going to move on, it would seem, for Infinite. They're still going to be alive, facing off against Kangarillas tomorrow. There's Andy W with one more spinning dunk, but denied one last time, this time by Dash. So what a stifling last 45 seconds of play coming in from the Joker boys. Sending Infinite down to the lower bracket for the day and advancing to that finals.
Yeah, let's go. Oh my, that bounce there. Jaywalker gonna seal this one at the end. 69 meters at 6 meters a second, ultimately off that final bounce.
Dimwi, I was eyeing it the entire way with just my hand on my temple, and I was thinking, no, yep, and you just shake your head. They opened up the game that way. Earlier on in the day, remember that shot from Kung, I believe it was. What did we say? Do they expect every one of those to go in? No, of course not. Do they know where they need to put it, the general area, to give it a decent chance, at least a non-zero chance to go in? Yes, they are better. Joker is better than just about any team at doing exactly that. They will go for the bounces, and they will make them an awfully shocking amount of the time in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. And that was a great game. Congratulations to Joker. They did secure themselves a finals berth here for the second time in their careers. They did get there in preseason to face Illuminati. Wow. They faced off against Illuminati. Illuminati did take that one during the preseason. So Joker definitely looking to take this one here tomorrow. Now, other than that, so it will be Infinite versus Kang. In the bronze match tomorrow to start the day. That will be not to start the day, but to start the NA day. And that will be an elimination match, everything on the line. And the winner of that one will move to face Joker, move on to face Joker in the finals tomorrow. So congratulations to Joker, and good luck to Infinite.
There you go. And as we said, Newton saying in the chat there, Caster's Curse. Well, like I said, nothing else. Still interesting story because Joker was able to ultimately win their first third rounder. Of course, that was the story in the regular season. For those who missed it earlier, is just the fact that Joker, aside of Kangarillas, all the other teams, they swept the entire 3 months. So that's definitely an impressive thing in itself. But coming back here
real quick,
and winning. Yes, sir.
Gotta point out, this is someone mentioned the stats in chat, and I hadn't actually looked at them, and I'm looking at them now. There's a lot of scoring, a lot of assists, kind of things you see from these two teams. But look at the saves. Look, there are no fewer than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in this game that had an amazing game in goal for any goalie. I mean, you're talking 4 saves there to Jaywalker, 5 to Dash, 2 to Ryan, 2 to Kong, 4 to Andy, 2 to Palace. 4 to Andy, 2 to Palace, 3 to Zach, 6 to YouTube. Both of these teams had every single player on their roster have an amazing game and goal in this. That's unreal. That is unreal.
Absolutely. That's what I was referring to as well. Just defense, it's at this level, you don't really, as a viewer sometimes, it's easy to notice the offense, but sometimes the defense, unless it's just blatant with some of those big saves that do occur, and we have seen, but unless it's right in your face, sometimes it's easy to miss all the defense being played, and the next thing you know, you look at the scoreboard like that, and it's like, oh wow, look at all those brawls, look at all those saves, steals and what have you. I mean, it's defense is a huge thing for these teams for sure. And on the note of the stats as well, just gotta shout out and thank Franz and all of Ignite there for helping us put
Absolutely.
together these updated stats, so it does carry over between rounds now, and we can have that visually represented for you much more accurately than in the past. So yes, much appreciation to Ignite and to Franz for the hard work on that and the continued work that they've been putting in, as well with the Ignite bot in general, which is a great tool.
And just as we're winding down, just to catch anyone leaving the venues, before you leave, anybody who didn't hear me bring this up 3 or 4 times throughout the day, apologies to everybody who has heard me bring this up 3 or 4 times throughout the day. But right now, as you're sitting there, you can pull up the the little menu. If you're on the Quest and you're watching in venues, pull up the store there, the Quest store. Search up Echo VR. It's free. We're currently in the beta, but once it goes full release, it's as far as I understand, it'll remain free. So it's not just a trial period in the beta. You're gonna actually you get the basically the full game. You're gonna keep the full game. So definitely go check it out, because if you enjoy what you're watching right now, you have no idea what you're about to experience when you hop in. It's unreal. It doesn't translate to Pancake, and definitely pick that up and check it out, because there's a reason this is the VRML is all community run, because I mean we are all that passionate about this game. There's a reason for that. Definitely go check it out right now.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. So on that note, as well, join us tomorrow, because those matches, they're gonna be hyped. Yeah, needless to say, I mean, we've got Joker, we've got Infinite, we've got Kangarillas, 3 powerhouses. No matter who loses, it's going to be very upsetting for someone, because any of these teams, you could see going all the way if they're having a good day. That like I said, I don't know what to expect, so I won't predict. I just know we're gonna get some good matches for sure, and that will be starting tomorrow. For again both regions, the bronze match, 3rd place match of the right there in the lower bracket finals will be at I'm gonna attempt to get this right this time. See, 1:30 p.m. BST, not PB. So for our European viewers there, coming in, yeah, at 1:30 or 13:30. You're going by the 24-hour clock. So bright and early for sure. Meanwhile, for North America, these games, the bronze match will be at 10:30, the pre-show starting, 10:30 PDT, Pacific. So tune in for that. And then a couple hours after that as well, we're going to have those upper bracket matches. The exact start time is kind of dependent on when the lower bracket finals finish. So there's a little bit of leeway in there, but essentially directly following those matches will be the championship games as well. So all best of 5 tomorrow. A lot of hype gameplay to look at. It will be, once again, on Facebook Live, Oculus venues, on Twitch, all of the above. So stop by tomorrow and show some love for the great play being shown by these great players. So until then, been a fun time. Unless you have anything else to close off with, Dimwi, I suppose will carry us out here.
No, just big thank you to everybody for joining us. Thank you to all the teams for playing. Thank you to Palidore for putting together this amazing what do you call it? I always call it a UI. It's not a UI. The
overlay.
Overlay. Thank you. Yeah, the overlay. This is all Palidore's work, ladies and gentlemen. I know he started with a base. You know, there was something in place, but he turned it into a unique Echo Arena experience here, and I'm so grateful for it. It looks amazing. It looks awesome. That's Palidore's work right there. He definitely had some help in it. You know, you mentioned the guys who helped him with the stat board and everything, but it's Palidore. The hours Palidore has put in to making this presentation what it is cannot go. Cannot. You can't be.
You're embarrassing me, Dimwi. Stop.
I'm sorry. That's all I gotta say. All right, we can go.
All right. I appreciate that for sure. But hey, what did I say earlier about VRML? This applies to players, applies to the crew. You get what you put into it. These players put in their everything into these games to be this skilled and provide this entertainment. I put everything to just try and match that the best I can, the best we can as a league. That's the beauty of it. Community, right? Right. So there you have it. That was our matches. Join us again tomorrow. It's been fun. Congrats to Instinct on a great season despite falling a little short today. They've cemented themselves as an elite team, so looking forward to season 2 from them. Infinite, chance to come back tomorrow in the lower brackets there against Kangarillas. So, and then congrats, of course, to Joker for advancing there and guaranteeing their berth in the finals. To the rest of our crew here, so much for subtlety camming for us on this channel. We have SirDimwi casting next to me, of course. SputnikKobra, Swiift casting on the channel 2 matches, along with Wit on the cameras. And it's been fun. So until tomorrow, everybody, be happy, be healthy, be safe, be good to each other. And we'll see you again real soon. Take care.